My liver inside really happy right now. He said he's gonna quit his job, but I'll change somehow. But I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. My lungs are all filled with smoking THC. So every time I get to laughing, I start to cough and wheeze. Yes, I do. If I didn't have my cigarette, I'd kill someone. Then it wouldn't matter that the state of Texas won't let me get none. I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, long. Ain't gonna be here long. But my heart it sure ain't pumping like it used to do. Lord knows I bump my leg and it turns black and blue. Yes, it does. Now they say that it's unhealthy the way that I live. My liver's gone, my lungs are shot, and my heart's about to give. But I ain't gonna let that bother me none. 'Cause I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna let that bother me none. Oh Lord, 'cause I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna be here long. Not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. Ain't gonna be here long. Ain't gonna be here long. No, not after it, I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, Lord. I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son.
And welcome to Fren Report Live. This is Fren Report Live number 32, and with me tonight I have Mr. Mazzy Frog,
Hello, everyone.
Mr. Bananapepper,
Howdy, everybody.
Mr. Air Raid Siren,
Howdy, everybody.
Mr. Johnny Ketamine, aka Juke Nukem, aka Robert Down Syndrome Jr. Didn't we have a new
Howdy.
one for you too?
I
missing
don't
one.
remember.
Hard to keep up. And we got Mr. Jamie Birch.
Hello.
Whoa.
Oh, and we got Murray. Mr.
Hello.
Murray Crowan. Oy vey, how could I forget Murray?
He's like another show.
Oh God, ostracized again.
It's that anti-Semitism.
This is the 110th time we've got to say his name. Oy.
Don't worry, that's just going to be another diary.
Written in ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
Say their names.
No.
Somebody, oh God, somebody call Yad Vashem.
It won't be long until we got to have our own personal Holocaust memorials or altars in our houses. No, Goyim. You go do your 10
I
and
got one in
francs.
one in my kitchen. It's
Calls the oven. You bake bread and pizza and shit in it.
Let me guess. Where's this joke going?
Does it have a wooden door?
no, but the chimney's not attached.
Oh, so God, I hate when this shit does this. Wait. For some reason, like sometimes my cursor disappears. So I was trying to get to my bookmarks and it
That
wasn't.
happens to me a lot, actually.
Yeah. So what do you want to talk about first? Here.
There's so much.
There's so much, yeah. I'm thinking. Well, there's the Georgia lawsuit. Well, there's the lawsuit that Texas filed. That how many more states are in this shit now?
17 as of like an hour or two ago.
17 lawsuits.
Mhm.
That's something. Ah, fucking. Come on. Show me my damn cursor. Makes it impossible to do anything because I don't know where my cursor
What did you do with it?
is.
Struggle. The
Left it
struggle
in-
is real.
Left it
Where's
in my other.
just think back. Where's the last?
Huh?
Come on. Yeah, where's the last time you saw it?
Retrace my footsteps. Hunter
We also
Biden
have other
reveals he
cliches
is
like,
facing.
it's always in the last place you look.
Okay, yep, here it is. What I was looking for. Now, if I can, come on.
Now put a lanyard on it and attach it to your belt.
All right. A total of 17 U.S. states have filed a brief at the U.S. Supreme Court on Wednesday in support of Texas's bid to overturn the election results. Let's see. Do they have a list of all of them? They're just going to say 17 and not say which ones?
Yes.
There was a map online. I forget.
Here we go. Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Utah, and West Virginia. So,
Fucking A.
yeah. Sounds like a pretty good neo-confederacy to me.
Yeah.
Hey, yes, I can go on board with that.
Fuck them bullshit states anyway. I
You can
mean,
take them. You can take them back later, anyways.
yeah. Well, like they were talking about, oh, we're afraid to, we watched the video yesterday. Where they were talking about, oh, we're afraid to fucking do anything about it because they'll burn down Atlanta. So I'm saying, hey, just let them burn down Atlanta. We'd have Georgia in that mix too.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
True.
I see this as an absolute win.
I
That
just gotta
is
say,
good. Oh, it's 18 states. Like, apparently one more just got at it. What's the other one, James?
if you guys have a collapse of the United States and you start pushing your refuse north, don't push it too far north, please. We have enough up here already.
We're already full of trash up here.
We've got
mean-
problems.
Okay, let me see. Well, here's the full list. Oh, Kansas, I think, is the one that I didn't mention before. Arizona, Alabama, Arkansas, Florida, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Missouri,
Yes,
Montana,
Arizona.
Nebraska, North Dakota. Oh, yeah, Arizona. Nebraska, North Dakota, Oklahoma, South Carolina, South Dakota, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, and West Virginia.
Shit.
West by God, Virginia.
You're getting mighty close
sh-
to half your fucking states in on this.
Yep.
I'm glad my state fucking joined in on it too. That's really good.
And all these states, for the most part, touch each other in some way,
Inappropriately.
I don't know if you ask nicely.
They touch each other.
But I'm saying all the like, okay, so the Northeast states, those are not going to be in it, you know. But I'm pretty sure this isn't over yet too, because like James was mentioning, or was it no Rising Rival was mentioning, where's Idaho and Wyoming, and you know, I imagine they'll probably get up in the mix too. So yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we need the rest of the Midwest to join in there.
Right.
It's like Indiana's just kind of floating out there, you know, surrounded by states that haven't joined in.
Well, it's next to Kentucky. Kentucky's in it.
Oh, they are? Oh, nice. On the map I saw earlier, they weren't. I must have missed you.
I thought
saying
Kentucky. No, I have to look at the list again. I thought Kentucky. No, it doesn't say Kentucky. I thought Kentucky was in it last night. Well,
No Kentucky.
that. Cox, Kentucky.
Kentucky. Because I was talking about, because last night we were saying it was all the states, and I was like, oh, and they were all Confederate states except for North Dakota, and then I had to make the special dispensation for Kentucky. See, and you see, this is what happened last time with fucking Kentucky too. So you can see
they have a
Kentucky's not
Democratic
to be
governor.
trusted there.
Hey, man, I've been to Louisville. You're not wrong.
Okay, explain for a Europol like me what exactly is going on. I mean, what is hopefully the outcome of this?
So basically, what the lawsuit is saying is that that Pennsylvania, Georgia, Michigan, and Wisconsin didn't.
Oh, you fucker. Oh, bullshit.
What?
Sorry, my red light just burned out.
Oh,
So you guys can't see me now.
No.
thank God for small favors,
Just a
right?
floating face in the darkness.
It's kind of better, to be honest.
Oh, a little white pill.
You know what,
Okay,
I'm
maybe
just gonna
Kentucky had
fucking
just
leave.
offered support because Kentucky's on this map. Okay, so yeah, there is like a big gap because there's Utah and Arizona, but there's like New Mexico, Colorado, Wyoming, Idaho. Like if Idaho jumped in or Wyoming or both, which I'm surprised Idaho hasn't done it already, to tell you the truth. And Wyoming. I mean, Wyoming, there's like nobody in Wyoming, so who gives a shit? But
Yeah.
Bro, let's all move to Wyoming.
right.
Fuck yeah.
But that would be like everything would be connected, and like Colorado and New Mexico would be like a little island there, and then you'd have the fucking like Illinois, Iowa area here, you know. But since Ohio joined, and with Kentucky showing support, the Midwest region there is pretty like solid, and West Virginia, you know. So
why do you have a North Carolina, South Carolina, North Dakota, South Dakota, a West Virginia, and just Virginia? Why don't we have a fucking East Virginia?
West Virginia, West Virginia is different because West Virginia goes back to the Civil War, and when Virginia seceded from the United States, the counties that make up West Virginia decided they didn't want to secede from the United States, and so they formed a new state called West Virginia.
I see.
Yeah, North Carolina and South Carolina goes back to pre-colonial times. And I think there were two separate land grants as well. And then North Dakota and South Dakota, just because they're so fucking big, and there's like they were carving it up They're like, what do we call this? I don't know. We'll call that one North Dakota and that one South Dakota. Because there's like literally nothing there, so.
Yeah, the Dakotas.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, you know, it might be more complicated in the Dakotas. I don't know much about the history of the Dakotas because there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Does anybody?
Yeah. The people who live there probably don't know.
We need a Dakota expert stat.
Well,
If there is such a thing, we need him to get laid.
in 1842, my great uncles moved to this area and called it North Dakota, South Dakota.
Gets
Then
laid,
in
never talks about Dakota again.
Then in 1996, nothing in between. Just
Oh yeah, I saw that with the YouTube thing. They said that any piece of content that misleads that quote unquote misleads people by alleging that widespread fraud or errors change the outcome of the 2020 U.S. presidential election. But actually, I saw a thing from Tim Pool of all people. Somebody had retweeted him because I don't follow Tim Pool for sure. But they had said that you can say there's fraud, you can say it changed the election, or you can say Trump won, and you can say there's fraud, but you can't say that Trump won because of the fraud. Or I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
We're gonna get kicked off of YouTube anyway. So
Absolute talmadry,
we've
bro.
like literally broken every rule but nudity so far. So
Johnny,
Johnny, turn your camera off.
Johnny,
Don't
it's
do it.
tubing
I just
time.
did.
don't do it.
I can't turn the fucking light on. I'm too big.
Oh, cool. You looked like, what was that? The floating head from Power Rangers?
You guys
Oh,
can't see me
shit.
anymore, though. It's too dark. Not even
That's
for
what it
the
was
fucking
reminding me of.
So you can get away with your tubing.
If I stop before we end, if I stop somewhere before we end the show, which I probably will, I'll stop and pick up a red light bulb to put up in the thing there, so I can not blind myself while I'm driving at night.
Good idea.
Yep, old Johnny's on tubing time.
Yeah, dude.
You're in the red light district now.
Really? Holy shit! This is great.
So let us see you dance in some lingerie. Go.
Oh, dude. Okay. Well, I think.
Yeah, please don't. No
I think
offense, Johnny.
we may have
No
a
offense.
closet homo.
I
Might have a
would pity
closet
those.
homo
I would
chat.
pity those prostitutes when Johnny rolls through.
Oh, it's him again, the guy with the red light.
His name is Juke Nukem. Lot lizard hunter. Searching the lots for the lizards. Oh shit! So that's going on. That was actually about all there was to say about it. There's a whole bunch of states joining in on that shit.
I just want to point out that we never got around to actually explaining to me what this is all about. And
Oh, okay, yeah, because the
Stuff like
states, the states were saying that they didn't follow proper constitutional procedure, like in all the cases, either the courts, the judicial branch, or the executive branch, like the governors or whatever, made changes to the laws that went against what the legislature said, and the Constitution clearly defines that the state legislature determines the laws for that. And so Texas's case is that because of that, it affected their results, and then it diluted their votes because of that, and changed the outcome of the election, which they're not wrong. And so that the Supreme Court should rule that the state legislators choose decide whether they want to accept the election results or not, or how they want to do it. But they appoint they'll appoint the electors, which would almost certainly go to Trump.
Yeah.
You get it, Mazzy? They just basically circumvented the law, the state law, and changed it for mail-in ballots, so they don't have to match signatures or nothing. But they can't really do that constitutionally. And in every state that they're filing against, they all did that. They all completely made bullshit laws and shitty court cases to set precedent for it. One of them was even the Democrats versus the state of, I forget, it was Michigan or something, and they actually, how was it? Oh, I forget now. But anyway, sorry, I fucked up.
Okay, I get it.
Like, imagine if there's kind of a similar way you can picture it. Imagine if, like, say, Bulgaria, Romania, Hungary, and Poland didn't follow the correct procedure for choosing ministers of Parliament, the European Parliament, and they instead, like, Orban just appointed the most far right wing fucking guys as ministers of European Parliament, and then that changed the whole balance of power in the European Parliament.
I like that.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad idea, but I'm just saying you could. So then, like, the rest of Europe would be like, oh, that's not a. They would sue the other countries, be like, you didn't follow the correct procedure, so you're fucking up the whole thing for everybody. Basically, is the gist of it.
Well, each state's part of a union, right? It's the same thing like the EU. They're all part of this republic, right? So, I don't know, I'm Canadian. I'm just taking my take on it, but yeah. So basically, all the other states are like, we're part of this electoral process too. And these 5 states are they're superseding the Constitution and the state law. Yeah, and that's basically it.
Yeah. And it's a pretty rock solid case too. Happened. It's a pretty rock solid case in all.
Oh yeah,
of them, so.
It's really good.
Yeah, so it's almost certainly going to go through because, which is going to be epic.
But what I was saying, that one case, it was the Democrats versus a certain state, but they sided with the Democrats, which is a partisan party, to change the law for mail-in ballots.
Yeah.
Like, just think about that in your head. Like, that doesn't, like, that court case is so partisan and stupid, and they just granted precedent to that case just to push along this. They don't have to pay attention to signatures, but it's so stupid because state law goes above that.
Yeah, well, I'm from Denmark. When something like that happens here, the politicians just go and change the law retroactively.
Fuck.
So, I mean, again, we have the whole case with the mink, where they basically wiped out an entire business here in Denmark. And everyone's been pointing at that this was illegal. And now they're just changing the law so it was retroactively legal.
Yeah, that's fucked.
So, I mean, I would welcome a system where we could actually take them to court.
Before that happens, you might have to take him somewhere else first.
Oh,
yes,
cool.
I'd support that more.
Ted Cruz will be arguing the Texas case, too.
Yeah.
So that's fucking based.
Yeah.
When's the last
He's a
time
Canadian.
Ted Cruz argued a case in front of a courtroom?
I'm sure it's been a while, but if you've seen his, seen him in Senate hearings, and he definitely knows. I think he definitely knows the law. That's for sure.
Yeah.
However, this is funny. If any of us posted this on Twitter, we'd get in trouble.
Are you looking at the Haaretz article I threw in?
If any of us posted this on Twitter, we get banned. But Haaretz posted, Daryl Blocker, who could lead Biden's CIA, is a black Jew known as a spy whisperer.
Oh, Christ.
They're not going with the guy, William Cohen, or David Cohen. I forget what his name is.
Oy vey!
No, Biden. He's all about getting he's about getting people in that look like America. You know. So what's more American than a black Jew?
Is this like a
Everything.
Is this like a Jesse Smollett Jew or a Sammy Davis Jr. convert?
Which is the
No, it's a Smollett. I think it's
talking about.
Smollett.
Is he like born Jewish or is he a convert? Because it's kind of important.
I don't know. Let's find out. I don't know. Blocker doesn't sound like a very Jewish name.
I mean, granted, all black Jews are basically converts, unless you're from Ethiopia.
Oh, Blocker.
Yeah, or if you've got a
a
mother.
picture of him.
Well, then yeah. I mean, granted, they don't really.
Your mother.
Uses the phrase. Nobody uses the phrase mulatto or mulatto these days, but yeah.
Bro, Julotto is one of my
Julotto.
favorites. That should be one of our gamer words of the day. That's so good. The rarest. The Eric Andre, Jesse Smollett.
Oh, he looks really black. Jesus.
Repulsive human beings.
See what he looks like? Have you seen what the guy looks like?
I don't see a picture in the Haaretz article.
No, I just looked him up.
Rats.
He looks like a little bit like Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but kind of more Asian-looking eyes. I think he's probably genetically.
He had a singing career. What the fuck? He became a minor celebrity as a singer in a popular band in the capital of Kampala. What the fuck? So I guess he's a Sammy Davis type Jew then.
Oh, maybe he is.
Show business.
Well, there you go.
No, I can't find a early life on him, so.
Well, if Haaretz is saying
He's
Jewish,
a sorry, he's a converso. Blocker did not take the leap to conversion until late in his career, 2015.
Oh, there you go. Okay, so he's not a real Jew.
This is crucial, though, right here. This line. He did not say what prompted him to finally quote. So I guess these are his words. Put my money where my mouth is.
That is an interesting thing to say.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
Bro, like, why would Haaretz write that? Just like proof that the only people who read that are, Jews and us. It's the only people who read the forward, Haaretz, Jerusalem Post. It's our guys and them. And nobody's going to believe us when we tell people about it, so they can just be as fucking blatant and, have as much chutzpah as they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is. So we got called out today by remember that one black bitch on the Michigan panel. That was when Giuliani was doing his thing, and she kept interrupting, being like, we covered it on the show. She kept interrupting. The one with the one with the Dennis Rodman hair.
Can you play that clip?
Yeah, that's a good description.
Everybody's got to hear that clip, dude.
She needs to go with the platinum hair, the Cisco look. It's
The
much
Cisco
better.
look. So, she apparently called us out today. Let me pull this up here and we can watch it. I haven't actually watched the video. I just read people talking about it, but she was talking about pulling like a Maxine Waters type situation where she was like, oh, all the Trump supporters don't fucking... She was basically saying to go attack Trump supporters.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it either. I was waiting.
I'm not going to spoil, but wait for the end of the video, dude.
Also, I'm glad that everybody here is old enough to understand my Cisco reference.
A couple of us are almost too old.
Cisco. What about AOL?
God damn it.
All right.
I'm not ashamed to say I didn't get it.
Let's watch this. This is only a 30-second. This is only a 30-second clip, but
Yep.
So is this the one you were talking about there, bud?
I think so. It's not playing yet on my thing. No.
All right. Well, let's see. It's only a 30-second,
Fuck's
33
sakes.
seconds. So, fucking
Oh, there
33.
we go. There we
Goddamn
go.
Freemasons at it again.
So this is just a warning to you
Yeah.
Trumpers.
What is she at a barber
Be
shop or
careful.
something?
Here, let me
So this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful. Walk lightly. We ain't playing with you. Enough of the shenanigans. Enough is enough. And for those of you who are soldiers, you know how to do it. Do it right. Be in order. Make them pay. So this is just a warning to...
Oh, there was more than that then. Hold on. I just saw it, though. Yeah. Oh, well, here's right here.
What the fuck is this man animal? Cisco.
Right.
Oh my
here's
God.
here's a full minute-long clip. Let's see what she's saying now.
All you soldiers, soldiers of Christ.
Oh, this
Soldiers.
was her. I'm not even watching that. That was her trying to get out of it video. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find the long one. Hold on a second. But she was saying, yeah, go like attack Trump supporters and shit.
Yeah, that's enough in that 30 seconds, dude.
Make them pay. Does she think she's in a
Make
fucking movie?
them pay. Yeah, who the fuck you think you are?
Bro, that
Oh, she
fucking-
thinks she can get away with it because she's black. That is the essence of the.
Well, because they have been getting away with it all fucking
Yeah,
year.
that's the thing.
Yep.
That's the thing. That is the environment that has been curated for so long now. That if you're black, you are, by definition, guilt-free.
Oh, she was the speaker of the Michigan Speaker of the House too, or no, she was just a representative. But the Speaker of the Michigan House said that she has been stripped of her committees and faces further disciplinary actions. Threats to either Democrats or Republicans are unacceptable and un-American. They're even more unbecoming of an elected official. She has been removed from her committee assignments, and we are looking into further disciplinary action as proper authorities conduct their own investigations. About time when something happens over this shit.
I bet you her election, if you looked at it, was all completely a sham. It was all
We ain't
probably-
playing with you. Make them pay.
Yo, platinum and like the platinum plan.
exactly.
Platinum plan haircut.
So that's
Hey, yo,
This haircut cost $500 million.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's still the same 33-second clip.
Jog is gonna jog, yo. What do you think? They elect them into they give them positions of power, and they're suddenly gonna be like us.
Oh,
I think
Kirstie
a
Alley
lot of
even
them do
retweeted
believe
it.
that.
Would you say, Mazzy?
I think a lot of people do believe that if we just put blacks in the same position as white, they will behave as white people. They don't get that white people have created those positions because of our behavior. It's not
Right.
the other way around.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't put lipstick on a pig.
Oh.
Well, you can,
Well,
but
you can, yeah, but it's pointless.
I'm sorry, you said pig, right?
The more fundamental thing.
But the entire idea of that is completely naive. That would mean that the white high trust societies have been created simply by nature. They were already
I think
here,
we
and
all
we
know-
just went in and
It's in our
took the
behavior,
positions
it's our
of them.
gene that allow-
That's
yeah,
not how it works.
no, I know, but that's part of this whole new Marxist ideology that they've been pushing over the past almost 100 years. This blank slate shit, right? Like
Yeah.
our society and our civilization is luck. It's guns, germs, and steel. It's a fluke. It's us just being lucky enough to
Yeah.
run across other people when they weren't ready for us yet. They had their guard down or something, and they totally would have done just as well as us if it wasn't for just that luck.
But then
Yeah.
again, I mean, we've only been in Africa for 400 years. That's the only
Yeah.
time that we've taken an interest in that. The first European settlers, the colonialists that went there in 1621.
Yeah.
And when they came there,
Well,
there had been some previously, but nothing systematic.
you mean sub-Saharan Africa?
Yeah,
just to be clear.
And
Yeah, sub-Saharan.
We was
When they
Kangs,
came-
homie. We was
Yeah.
Kangs.
We were kind.
yeah, that's what I mean when I say
Indeed.
Africa. It's sub-Saharan Africa.
Yeah.
But what they met were people who were in the Stone Age still.
Yep.
Not even the Iron Age, not even the Bronze Age. They were
Yeah.
in the Stone Age. And that
Oh,
was
yeah.
at a time
Yeah.
when we had cathedrals in Europe that were 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
They were in the Grass Age,
The crazy thing,
Yeah.
like
Mud Age. Sorry,
I
go ahead.
I watch some guys on YouTube talk about ancient weapons and antique weapons and stuff, and every time they show they talk about sub-Saharan African stuff, they show these like, oh, this is from this tribe in Africa, and anytime they talk about the history of it, it always comes down to, oh yeah, they imported some steel from Europe.
Yeah.
Or the Middle East. They never
Was never
they
due
never
to
figured out how to
technology.
make it. They never figured out how to make steel or even iron or any metal.
Yeah, that's not
It
true.
was always brought to them, and then they were shown how to use it, and then they used it. They could to use the term, and this has obviously a double meaning, but they can ape, but they can't. But they.
What's the
they
double
can't.
meaning?
Yeah, what do you mean
Don't
by that?
answer that.
Who knows? Who knows?
What did they mean by that?
Yeah, they can ape us, but they can't create it, right? Like,
Yeah.
like even now that I think the Orientals in general have, except maybe some of them are still not that bad, but like China as an example, they've wiped out so much of their good genetic pool, but they were never super innovators. But at times they were still inventing things and playing around with stuff. You might have to go back 1,000, 2,000 years, but they were, somewhat innovative. They were out of the friggin' Bronze Age.
Hmm.
I mean, I like the argument always that it was the Chinese that invented the gunpowder. No, it
Yeah.
was the Chinese that invented fireworks.
Yeah.
It took Europeans
Yeah.
to figure out what made the gunpowder blow up and perfect it.
And that's actually
I don't know that.
debatable. That's actually debatable too. It could have been kind of cross pollination, or it could have been kind of parallel paths. But I've seen evidence for some interesting experiments that are before the recorded Chinese fireworks.
Yeah, but in Europe, that was mostly with the alchemists, and they would spend their entire lives trying to, figure out how to invent virgins. And then when they finally got close, they were old enough to have forgotten what they wanted to do with them in the first place.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, and once again, it's it really if they mix three specific chemicals together and come up with an explosive compound and have no use for it, or can't figure out a fucking use for it, then
Yeah.
like, yeah, you stumbled across that, but it didn't do you any good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Whereas,
that's the thing. Yeah, like the Chinese invented gunpowder or whatever. Although I think that was like also invented a few times in in Europe. So.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like I've seen some evidence that I haven't seen like conclusive evidence, but I've seen some evidence that they might have been either on the track or had already come up, and it took a while to get to the cannon and.
But all they did with it, was make fireworks.
Exactly.
We invented the gun and the cannon and the fucking.
Or they might have had a very early attempts at rockets, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah.
That.
Well, yeah, because they have because of
Man.
fireworks. But like I
Yeah.
said, it was fireworks.
Yeah.
Well, you guys remember the story of that retard they had like 2,000 years ago, who like in China like strapped himself to basically a fucking lawn chair with a bunch of rockets tied to it
Yeah.
because he wanted to go to space, and he just
Oh
fucking blew
yes,
himself
actually,
up.
yeah.
Retard? You mean pioneer?
Retard.
You know, nobody told him.
Pioneer.
Yeah.
Nobody told him that space was fake and gay.
Not gonna lie, that's actually pretty
Oh,
fucking.
here we go again.
That's
He
pretty
hit the
based.
firmament. He hit the firmament, just splattered.
I mean,
Did you guys see
mean,
the
still,
SpaceX
it
rocket
was-
explode today?
Oh,
no.
what?
No. I missed that
Uh,
somehow.
Maybe we could pull that up later.
The Challenger 2?
But Elon
sorry.
Musk, and
It
Tesla
was,
and
it wasn't like that actually. It was actually kind of a success. It was a test launch for a prototype rocket, and it wasn't really expected to be able to land. The landing was just kind of like if they do
okay.
it, that's great. But it got close. Like it fired the booster coming in, but it just didn't fire early enough, or they didn't all go at once, and it came in a little too hot and exploded. It
This was a
crashed
rocket that was
into
supposed to
the-
land. This was a rocket that was supposed to land on boosters.
It went up, and
It was a
then
test.
it did the thing where it comes down and it tries to land vertically,
Oh,
but it came in a little too fast.
that's actually kind of based. That's like fucking Thunderbirds.
And it was a prototype too. It was all like steel. They didn't even bother to paint it.
but it's still kind of a stretch to
Not
call
steel
it a
aluminum or
success
something, I
when
don't know.
I wonder how many taxpayer dollars he spent on that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Well, it's yeah. The guy who started that is very good at collecting taxpayer dollars.
And this was number 8. They had SN8, and he's like, lots of things need to go right, so maybe 1 in 3 chance. But that's why we have SN9 and SN10. Oh, lovely.
But hey, one in 3, that is overall still a better success rate than the space shuttles. I mean, they had a 50% fail rate.
The space shuttle program
The
started
space
during
shuttle?
the Vietnam War. Yeah, the space shuttle program started in Vietnam, and it
No,
had a lot
no,
of problems
that's
in
not
its early phases.
Well, maybe early on, okay, but towards the
Yeah,
end,
so
it
it-
definitely
so it
did
took-
not
it
have a
took 'em
1
a
in
while.
5 failure rate.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there were 4
it
space
takes a long
shuttles.
time to
How
get all
many
the-
were left when they were decommissioned? 2 of them.
Well, they had a limited lifespan. I remember when the Challenger. I remember when the Challenger exploded because.
Me too, man. That was a big deal.
Yeah, I was in school. We were watching it, and fucking the teacher started freaking out. And
I was homesick that day, and I watched it live. It was pretty crazy.
yeah,
Weird. It kind of coincided with diversity coming to NASA. Strange.
Yeah.
Strange how that happens. Must be a
Crazy how nature
coincidence.
does that.
and we could
Must be a
slip in
coincidence.
Fren Report Coast to Coast for a minute and talk about how like there's a strong possibility that none of them actually died. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because they all had
They say in the explosion-
a brother or sister that fucking
Looked
looks
exactly
just
like
like them. So like one of them, there's like
Oh, that's what
okay.
you're going with. Okay.
yeah. And one of them
I was
there
gonna say,
Well-
yeah. They say
Go ahead.
Then that girl's parents,
I was-
Kristen McAuliffe or whatever her name was, her parents are some of the best
Oh, was
actors on the planet because they certainly thought it was real.
Well, I was
Oh,
going to say
real.
that they say that that in the explosion, the crew compartment separated from the rest of the debris, and that
Yeah,
they
they
most
didn't
likely
die.
survived the explosion,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
the impact into the water because you know it's not meant to separate like that. The impact on the water is what fucking killed them. You know?
I think I'd take the explosion rather than sinking for like 2 minutes.
Well, I think they would have been.
Well, no, like no, it's not the sinking; it's the impact.
Yeah, that would be like
Yeah,
hitting a brick.
Well, I know, but
energy.
you've got 2 minutes to think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, falling down, going like, oh, we're all gonna die.
Well, this sucks.
Yeah.
Anything? Yeah, anything anybody wants to say before they go? Yeah.
But there was like one of them I even like used the same name and everything, but it was supposed to be somebody different, but it looks just like them.
I was about to say, our son Billy has died, but luckily he's survived by our son Joe, and just in his honor, we're gonna rename Joe Billy.
Survived by our other son, Billy.
Same
What a
guy with
coincidence.
he shaved his mustache.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the movie Beer Fest?
Yes.
Yeah, where the fucking
his brother dies.
Yeah. Would you mind if you just called me that, whatever the fuck the guy's name is, just to keep things from being awkward? Oh yeah, sure. Same guy just wears a cowboy hat.
Oh, Frog Rampant saying the last words the Challenger pilot said, according to the transcript log, was
shit. Oh yeah, that's right.
Whoops.
I like
shitting me.
if you see the footage from the accident from the control room. I mean, the control room goes completely silent, and
Yeah, they're motionless.
And then you hear a voice from the intercom that just says, "It appears we have a major malfunction." Oh, really? Malfunction? What tipped you off?
It's pretty suspect, that's for sure. People don't react like that to billions of dollars and fucking equipment and people.
No, there was no reaction
They
at
do.
all from them. I mean, I know they're professionals and everything, but no amount of training can really prepare people for something like that happening right in front of them.
Dude, you'd be in shock though.
Just in disbelief.
Yes, you would be absolutely in shock. People absolutely do react
Yeah.
like that.
Last
Especially
word-
when they're watching it on a screen. Are you kidding me? Yes,
Yeah.
they react. Look at
What
how
the
her
fuck?
parents reacted.
Oh, I'm seeing
They
them
get
here.
they look at each other. They're like, "Did that really just fucking happen?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they start crying.
Last
I mean,
words
yeah,
to the
I
shuttle.
enjoy the whole coast to coast stuff thing too, but obviously, I think that yes, people actually died that day.
Last words from the shuttle.
Yeah.
What happens if we push this button?
What does this do? So this just came out.
Any weird conspiracy theory about the Columbia though, real quick? Because that was the one I wasn't alive
Oh, I
for the
didn't.
Challenger. I just remember Columbia and that thing like taking forever seemingly to come in and break up in the atmosphere.
Yeah, and they were finding people's heads and fucking arms and shit scattered
Oh,
across
Jesus.
like Texas and fucking Louisiana. Yeah, people were finding fucking heads in their fucking gardens.
Far out.
Yeah, they said it was one of their heat reflective tiles came off.
Right.
It's
yeah.
Yeah, because a
raining
piece of ice
men.
broke off one of the boosters.
Hallelujah.
All right, I gotta step out for a minute. I'll check back in a bit.
On that note.
Oh.
Oh, so here's some bullshit I just saw. That Fulton County won't provide their chain of custody for mail-in ballots until January 2021. January 19th, 2021. So the day before the inauguration. Which is kind of weird.
What state is that?
This Georgia. Fulton County is Atlanta. That's where all the big shit happened. It says, in a stunningly transparent and disingenuous effort, this is from the National File. In a stunningly transparent and disingenuous effort to run out the clock on any challenge to the 2020 general election, the attorney for Fulton County, Georgia, informed an open records petitioner that no information would be available until 24 hours before the January 20th, 2021 presidential inauguration.
Weird.
A local news media organization, the Georgia Star News, filed an open records request on December 1st, 2020, requesting all ballot transfer records for the November 3rd, 2020 general election. These forms certify the secure chain of custody for absentee ballots, mail-in ballots, and ballots that were submitted via the many drop boxes placed around the state. On December 7th, 2020, the news media outlet received a letter from the Office of the County Attorney for Fulton County, which stated, due to the numerous factors like multiple requests related to our prior election, the current pandemic, recounts, and the upcoming election, our response times for election-related materials have been significantly delayed. We believe we can have responsive records to you by January 19th, 2021. That said, should responsive materials come available sooner, we'll... What a fucking... like, to pick that particular day, you know what I mean? Oh, it'll be right before, you know.
Yeah.
They're saying, yeah, this timetable would effectively make any criminality found in the chain of custody reports moot, thus rendering any vote fraud or ballot tampering unactionable where the results of the presidential election are concerned. And it's not going to matter anyway, so there's still...
SCOTUS can overturn that.
Yeah, that's not going to matter anyway because this is going to SCOTUS. But... but it will matter because people will go to fucking prison over that shit. Hopefully they hang them.
Yeah.
Well, for sure. Didn't the governor get the coup there of Georgia?
I don't know.
Yeah, somebody. I think the governor of Georgia got the coup. Or
Everybody's got the coof.
Right.
Rudy's got it, man. Maybe his buddies from Purdue Pharma can give him some.
It says, the Star has also yet to hear directly from the Fulton County election authorities, which is a transgression of the Georgia Open Records Act, which states that agencies have 3 days to reply to supply a response. Ballot transfer forms are part of a new rule under scrutiny in Georgia. They were created not by legislation, but by an election code emergency rule. So this, which is part of the Supreme Case Court there. Litigation currently working way through the federal court system questions the constitutionality of unlegislated changes to election procedures mandated by election law. Oh, and the, I think I forgot to mention this, but within 12 hours of Texas filing it, the Supreme Court put it on the docket. So it is definitely going to be going to the Supreme Court.
excellent.
I don't think there's anything else that's really that important here. The code goes on to mandate the ballots from the drop box shall be immediately transported to the county registrar and processed and stored in the same manner as absentee ballots returned by mail or processed and stored. County registrar or designee thereof shall sign the ballot transfer form upon receipt of the ballots from the collection team. They additionally requested ballot transfer forms from Gwinnett, Cobb, and DeKalb County. It doesn't say anything about Gwinnett or Cobb counties. I used to live in this area, so like I know. I used to live in Cobb County for a little while, which it was really amazing that somehow Biden won Cobb County too. And I got some serious doubts about that one. DeKalb wouldn't be a surprise, but in Gwinnett, because they're full of redacted, but
Johnny.
Gonna get this fucking light bulb out. God damn it. Sorry, I'll mute myself.
you pulling the tubing again, huh?
Light bulb.
I'm tubing.
Oh, but yeah, the Supreme Court will do it anyway. Hunkler's saying the Supreme Court will send it to be voted on by Congress. That doesn't make any sense.
I think he means they're going to send the election to be voted on by Congress.
Oh, by the state
as their
legislatures.
constitution.
It's by the state legislatures. Yeah.
State delegations.
I just sent that to the Fren Report Live there. It's the governor of Pennsylvania that's got the coup.
Oh, okay.
Tom Wolfe.
Well, fuck him.
Yeah, that douche.
Not the author of Bonfire of the Vanities. The other
And
Tom Wolfe.
The other Tom
Late
Wolfe.
electric test.
Yep, same guy. Yeah, that was just today too.
Got
huh?
that bastard.
Got that son bitch.
Oh, I'm sure that
Yeah, I got her out.
that black lady who gave that get the Trump supporters BS, she's going to come down with coup too soon.
What's that?
What?
I said that lady who made that video about the Trump supporters, the one we just watched there, she's probably going to come down with COVID too and duck out.
Probably, yeah. It's easier that way. But I mean, all of this crap with the election, this cannot help but affect any future elections for at least the next 20 years or so.
Oh, this is funny. In June 19th, 2020, Eric Swalwell, this is hilarious. The irony of it is fucking funny. Let me throw it on.
Mr. Chinese girlfriend Eric Swalwell.
Yeah, Mr. Chinese girlfriend himself.
Mr. Swallows well.
He said, if Donald Trump did not ask China to help him cheat the 2020 election, he will release the calls with Xi. Basically, like, this motherfucker is accusing Donald Trump of working with China to fucking cheat in the election.
Oh my god, the irony.
It doesn't get more ironic than that, folks.
That's the guy who's like banging a Chinese broad, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Spy.
Not anymore, because she went back to China. When she got found out.
Oh God.
When she got found out to be a Chinese spy, she hauled ass. So he ain't banging her no more.
I mean, you know, you meet a girl who says her name is Fang Fang. I mean,
My name is Fang Fang. Fang Fang.
are you really gonna fuck her? Are you really gonna? I mean, you shouldn't be race mixing anyway, but
Oh,
No yellow fever for this guy.
oh, hello, my name's Fang Fang.
So,
long time.
oh, here's all the numbers. So the Trump campaign lawsuit in Georgia. I'll throw this up too. This is all the numbers from the Trump lawsuit in Georgia. This is the campaign Trump campaign lawsuit. So this would probably end in because I'm sure the as far as election results go, this is going to make that. What the fuck? Hold on. Yeah, I have to do all of this. Sometimes Streamlabs fucks up. There it is. So here's the this is the numbers for the Trump campaign lawsuit in Georgia is now available online. It's just 1,585 pages outlining significant evidence of fraud. Here are some key points. 2,560 felons voted. 66,247 underage voters.
Oh,
Yeah, that's like a lot.
I fucking knew it, man. I knew they were fucking pedos.
2,423 votes from people not registered. 1,043 individuals registered at P.O. boxes. 4,926 individuals who voted in Georgia after registering in another state. 395 individuals who voted in 2 states. 15,700 votes from people who moved out of state before the election. And 40,279 votes of people who moved without re-registering in their new county. 30 to 40,000 absentee ballots lacking proper signature matching and verification.
There's no widespread fraud.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, just because Biden only quote unquote won by 12,000 votes in Georgia, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, definitely. Either way, the 66,000 underage voters is that would be enough to flip it right there.
They've got their margins covered probably 5 or 10-fold.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I gotta go make breakfast. I'll be back in a bit.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yeah, I haven't eaten today. It's fucking 4:30 over here. I haven't eaten.
Oh god.
Starving.
Stabbing.
Enjoy your locks.
Freaking
Are you
stabbing over
fasting?
here. He's gonna go make a bagel with lox.
Are you Hanukkah fasting?
Jeez.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah, it was like 13. Yeah, like 12,000 something votes difference. So yeah, plenty to flip it. If those got called out, because I guarantee there weren't too many Trump votes in those.
And even if there were Trump votes, I mean, this is still election fraud.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the democracy has its flaws, and so many of them. But I mean, everyone's gonna play fair if they gotta play the game. But of course, we're dealing with politicians, so there's nothing fair about it. Can't expect that.
Yeah.
At this point, anyone who wants to go into that into pro politics should be viewed with extreme suspicion.
The only thing we can hope for is that the Supreme Court isn't on the take. That's all we can really hope for.
Yeah.
If they, if not, they're basically ripping up the Constitution. So.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't think they would be on the take with that though, because I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out really soon. But
I've been I'm not saying it would happen. There's a possibility, but I'm amazed, and everyone should be amazed how many of these DAs and judges and higher ups in states and all these lawmakers are all on the take for Soros and whatever. Fucking crazy.
I saw Zara's post on Twitter post there. I guess while I was looking at other stuff, they had done a big giant tower of the post feet emoji here. So she posted a screenshot of that.
Did she post feet?
Seems she didn't.
Did you? I just threw a link in the group chat. It looks like Facebook is getting sued.
Oh.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but hold on, let me pull it back up.
Is this Candace Owens or a different one?
It's from the FTC and several states.
Antitrust
from 48
lawsuits.
states.
Holy
Yeah,
shit!
from 48
Some
states and
states,
territories.
yeah, almost all.
Yeah, I saw some in the headline. I didn't expect 48 when I
Yeah.
scrolled down.
There are
But yeah,
48
it says
states
both.
and territories, but we only have a few territories these days. So, but yeah, still,
So yeah, I mean, I'm definitely gonna.
and they're
I mean,
targeted
we're gonna.
directly towards Instagram and WhatsApp. It's about anti-competitive conduct. But Facebook just got. I guess they're still being sued. I think. Saw something about it the other day. But they at least were being sued, if they're not still. That about holding out. They'd only hire H-1Bs for certain positions.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, right. And they were like,
I mean, that's what we need.
cause basically, like, yeah, it was like, they were like, we refused to hire Americans for it, and it would have been like 160,000 a year positions and shit. And they're like, oh, we'll reserve these for H-1B visa holders and shit. Yeah, so they were getting sued for that. Now they're getting sued for this. So they're taking out Facebook, that's for sure.
They should go after Google too.
Yep.
Oh yeah. That thing on YouTube, how they're gonna take down videos that alleges that Trump may have won. That is, I mean, then it's censorship now, and then they decide to take on the role as a publisher.
Absolutely, they've walked over that line a long time ago now.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see why they're not going after Google and YouTube, or I mean, even just YouTube. Like, it's way too useful. But I think Facebook has been shitted up so bad by Qmers, Q people, and fucking boomers. You know what I mean? So I don't think that Facebook has the same type of like sway as potentially YouTube does. Because YouTube, they just kick everyone right the fuck off. They just want like makeup tutorials and homosexuals and kosher narratives.
Yeah.
But Facebook
Yeah.
can't really do the same thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing that this case, this lawsuit is happening. But at the same time, I think it could be like, red meat for people. Like it doesn't really matter to them if Facebook gets fucking broken up or divested or whatever.
Yeah, it's not really. As far as what we're worried about, it wouldn't really make too much of a difference,
Yes, yeah, I agree.
True. That's true.
Which sucks, but I mean, it'll still be fucking hilarious to, watch Zuckerberg sweat.
Do reptiles.
I wonder if the sucker butt is actually gonna have a meltdown. All of a sudden, sparks gonna start to fly out from the ears and stuff. That has got to be an android of some kind.
Right.
Well, the Great Reset, he keeps talking about emerging AI with human biology, so he might be the experiment.
He's trying to breed. Apparently, Hunter Biden is facing tax fraud investigation.
That's how they got Al Capone. You
He's
never
in a
know.
federal investigation for potential tax-related malfeasance. Investigators are said to have been examining multiple financial crimes involving Hunter, including whether he and or his associates violated tax and money laundering laws and business dealings in foreign countries, principally China. Some of those transactions involve individuals whom the FBI believe could pose counterintelligence concerns. You don't say. But there is, like, if you haven't noticed, there's been a whole bunch of crazy shit about China being involved in shit. There's that Fang and Swalwell shit.
Justin Trudeau in Canada. We have troops here.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
the Chinese Liberation Army is training in Canada. How effed up is that?
Right.
Oh, and you had Tucker going off about China, but like deliberately obfuscating the actual shot with that guy's whole fucking speech. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one where we talk about Biden. Yeah.
Oh, in other news, which I'm sure is completely unrelated, Biden campaign is the first in history to raise $1 billion from donors. I'm sure that's completely unrelated.
That's some grassroots support, bro.
Right?
I remember hearing the same thing about Hillary's campaign.
They got a chart here.
I could be wrong. I mean, it's dirty money on it anyway. I don't really care.
I'm sure it's substantial either way.
Hillary Clinton was less than Obama. Hillary Clinton was like 563 million and change. Obama 2012 was 720 million and change. 2008 740 million and change. Trump 2020 was 770, slightly more than Obama there. So that's crazy too, because looking at this, I'm going to throw this on the screen so you can see.
It's concerning that so many people are willing to give that much money to a man who is obviously senile.
They're not giving it to him.
Yeah. What's also weird is like
giving it in support of him.
You know, this is in order of the biggest campaign donors and stuff. You know, Trump 2016 wasn't even on it. The two biggest were this election, you know? Very strange.
Very normal.
Yeah, nothing to see here, Goy.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, where'd all that BLM donations go?
Bro, don't worry. Look at these UFOs. We got aliens, galactic federations, UFOs, and monoliths. Don't pay no attention to the Jewish spies.
The Chinese spies. Or, sorry, counterintelligence concerns.
Oh, wow. Was it Nick Gerzar Black in the chat was saying the Chinese guy talked about a Jewish spy. Tucker left that whole bit went out when he covered it on his show.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
me.
it's China. It's China. So
yeah, I mean, like the whole point of this Chinese guy like doing his little, like it looked like a TED talk. You know, he's doing a talk in front of a crowd. He legit refers to this this spy lady as a big, quote unquote, big nose.
As a big nose, huh?
And the whole crowd like laughed at that, which was pretty incredible. But it seemed like the point of his whole thing was like talking about this, you know, this Jewish spy, and that crucial bit Tucker left out. And I cannot, like, there's no reason to do that other than to, you know, obfuscate, to divert the point. You know what I mean? To get everybody talking about the CCP, but, you know, leaving out the Israel bits.
Yeah.
I mean, did Tucker even cover the Jonathan Pollard shit?
I don't think so.
I don't watch Tucker, so
I stopped watching Tucker a few months ago, or a few weeks ago.
Probably for the best, yeah. But
yeah.
I don't know if he did, but if he didn't, I mean, that also is very telling. Because, you know, they go on and on about, you know, CCP spies and shit, but here we are letting literal Israeli spies who got fucking caught off parole and back to Israel. I'm not saying that China isn't like an enemy or they're not a threat or they're not doing anything wrong, but I definitely think they'd be less of a threat if not for all of the, you know, involvement of Jays in our government and state departments and all that shit, you know.
Yeah.
And to avoid talking about that, like, it's not in good faith, you know. It's not like Tucker just doesn't know. So yeah, I saw a lot of people talking about how based it was, and
Based, bro. It's based on red pill, man.
although honestly, there's a lot more people talking about, you know, him deliberately missing the shot, and that's good because, you know, like 6 months ago, everybody was, you know, screaming Tucker's our guy.
Yeah.
And I think now a lot of people are starting to notice that he's really not.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
He had one of our guys working.
His
for him.
ratings
That's
tanked.
fired.
His ratings tanked after this shit, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, good, rightfully so.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm gonna have to duck out because I have an early appointment tomorrow.
All right, bud.
In the morning.
Take it easy, man.
All right, take it easy,
Thanks for
bro.
having
Take
me.
care, man.
Talk to you all later.
Later,
All
buddy.
right, good night, bro.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, and Civil War is trending on Twitter right now.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that.
I stand with Trudeau is trending in Canada. It's pretty funny.
Disgusting.
I know. It's like, oh, we just found out, you know, we have Chinese troops everywhere and they're training on our land, you know. Oh, I stand with Trudeau. The best part is the excuse for them coming to Canada and training here is for experience in snow warfare or being in the winter. It's like China has a winter, you guys. Come on, man.
Oh, and it's about this fucking from what I can tell here. Apparently, let me see. Oh, there's some shit going on here. Gonna take a minute to unpack it.
Oh, Big Mouth is also trending.
Big Mouth.
Mm.
Ugh. That's that fucking totally paused fucking.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get preteens to talk about puberty in a cartoon all the time. Yay.
Yeah, because all the blue checks are talking about the. Yeah, because they're worried about the Supreme Court shit, you know? Yep. All these blue checks fucking talking about. Because the SCOTUS lawsuit, you know?
Are they scared?
It would appear so.
They should be.
Oh my god, these takes, dude. If they're going to fight that civil war without masks, all we need to do is stay home. Just saying.
Morons.
That's hilarious.
Oh, so gay. Oh god. I have to throw this one in the group chat. You guys have to see. I can't explain this
All
properly. You have to see this one. Just the worst fucking memes. If you can even call it a meme. Alright. There we go. Enjoy that. Enjoy that, guys. I'm sure there's plenty more where that came from.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Oh my fucking god.
Is it because they're red? Like, really? There's no other logical explanation to line them up.
Right.
That's
They're
hilarious.
actually, like, if you know anything about them, they're all incredibly different. Like,
Not in the eyes of these people.
right.
They're fucking psychos.
Like, The Confederate flag is the epitome of decentralized government. Wow.
Yeah, while the swastika is kind of not that.
Kind of the opposite, yeah.
And MAGA? I mean,
They're all three fucking definitely. Oh yeah, that one got me too. This yeah, I should show these on the screen here. Here, I'll download them. It'll be easier to do that. I hate when they do that. Why does fucking Twitter do that? Add the underscore like medium or whatever to the fucking image files, so you have to erase it and click all files to save it, right?
oh yeah, or like the small at the. I fucking hate that.
Yeah, it's fucking gay.
There's some where like you open image in a new tab and it still has the underscore small
And then
on
it doesn't
there.
open,
Like,
yeah.
it's just it's so fucking stupid.
Like that's not a real file extension, jackass.
Like, do I really have to like check the extensions at the end of every goddamn image I save from your stupid fucking website? Yes, the answer is yes,
Yes,
I do.
the answer is yes, you do.
The amount of times like I thought I saved a funny image, it went back to repost it, and it's just like I can't open it. Thank you, Twitter. Thank you, women.
I hate this shit.
So there's the one. Be coming at you in just a second. God damn it.
Bro, they are all posting the same shitty images.
Yeah. And they're all really fucking stupid.
Oh, look at this guy in military gear. He's fat. He's fat. You can't fight. Semper Pi.
Yeah.
Like, bro, Semper Pi is like, it could be a legitimately funny pun, but I mean, you know, not not when they do it.
Epic level cringe fucking memes here. Like, seriously.
Yeah, those retards think the military will be on their fucking side.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking retards.
Like, seriously, what fucking morons.
Yeah, Pirate Calypso in the chat saying it trended before too. They want us to war. Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I mean, who benefits from another brother war? Even, I don't want to say brother war. Another, a war between Americans. Like, who benefits from
Civil
that?
War.
Cooey Bono.
James.
His big nose trending. Sorry, I'm a little behind in the chat. That's fucking hilarious.
His big nose trending. But
yeah, and
now that people
Mrs.
can see
Chubbs.
what we're talking about here, these are not fucking. These are like the most cringe memes ever. And I probably shouldn't leave them up here very long, especially the one with the. Oh fucking!
We're going to lose subscriber.
Well, we'll probably get gassed off of fucking Wojcicki's shit there.
Oh my god. Hashtag crybaby Trump is also trending.
Yeah. Cry baby. Oh.
How are these people not embarrassed when they write shit like that?
Oh. The salt mine is going to be so epic.
You tell me, man.
I mean, it's already getting epic because they tried to
It's
say,
gonna be massive.
oh, there's no fucking evidence, blah, 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 blah. And they were so smug and all this shit for so long. And now they're going to, you know what I mean? It's fucking going, obviously.
Oh, bro, somebody called him poor little shitler.
That's just cringe.
Yes. It pained me to say that out loud. I should have kept it to myself. I'm sorry.
So yeah, apparently,
Like,
Lindsey
how are they
Graham
not
had-
embarrassed, man?
Apparently, Lindsey Graham had said there's a civil war brewing in Georgia. Was where this comes from.
Ooh.
Man, these people are fucking retarded, dude.
Yeah, Brick posted something about all leftist memes. He had a whole thread of it. It was pretty funny today.
Yeah, well, yeah, I posted about it too. Because there was this one more, and I was gonna get into that. We just haven't got up there yet. Meal Team 6. Yeah. Oh, the fat guys.
Bro, I thought that they were all like against body shaming and shit.
Right.
Oh, that's only when you're making fun of them, you see.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but it's so gay. Like, these motherfuckers don't even stop and think for 2 seconds.
It's so dishonest. I know. It's
It's like, I'm body positive. By the way, if you have a gun, you have a small penis. Haha. Really, dude?
And you're fucking fat.
Right.
Like, all right. Like, there's no lie in that. Yeah. Like, at least I have the fucking moral fortitude to admit that I have a fucking eating problem. Like, Jesus. At least I'm not trying to fucking convince myself of a lie.
Yeah, and convince yourself that it's actually society's fault that you're overweight.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you could twist it that way.
I mean, they definitely fucking try.
I have to make a post. I have to respond to this. Sometimes you just see something, you have to say something, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely times when when I post like an Indian and I can't help but reply in earnest.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta honk at a jogger.
I think this is a good time to get into the left can't meme bullshit, though. Because I definitely wanted to get into that. And, this is some fun. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this. Because this is some epically fucking moronic shit here.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you pull that.
We got some more, Fren Report Coast to Coast shit to get into tonight, too. We got a nice full show here. As a matter of fact.
Excellent.
Yep.
You gotta put them up in the chat.
So,
You gonna put them up on the screen, or?
yep, I'm working on it. It takes a second. So, let's see. Should be coming up any minute now. Oh, Don Jr. with an epic troll here while we're waiting on everything else. Says, there's actually a tiny part of me that wants to congratulate Representative Swalwell for getting a real live woman to be intimate with him, even if she was a Chinese communist spy. It's got to be so much harder for him now that now after he shot himself on live TV.
That's pretty good, honestly.
That is a pretty good troll there.
Oh, I see you got the thread up.
Yep. So, this, because it came off of some moron a couple days ago was talking about, the reason that, I didn't read the whole thing, but he did some stupid thread about how,
Actually, I've got it right here. I'll read it really quick.
Okay.
Right-wing memes are short and sweet because they ask you to appeal to knee-jerk assumptions which have already been deeply coded into your mind by social propaganda. By contrast, leftist memes are tasked with breaking your social brainwashing, which requires complexity and nuance. Right-wing memes do not need several steps of explanation because hierarchical power structures have already done all the work, conveying and embedding them deeply into default social practice. Thus,
Johnny,
they are
you got some
low effort.
Johnny, you got some background noise going on.
Yeah, I closed my window.
Good.
Yeah.
I'll
but
just
yeah,
fill
the-
the cab of my truck up with fucking vape. I don't care.
A plus, bro. The crux of his statement here is him saying that these knee-jerk assumptions, quote unquote, have been deeply coded into you by social propaganda. Not that these are like natural feelings that are being appealed to, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was his fucking retarded post.
So we got there was a big thing about that the other day. I took that thread and I just quote tweeted it with TLDR.
Mostly what it does.
Fucking nerd.
Dude, shut up, nerd is one of the best responses on Twitter. It makes me laugh every time.
It is. So this moron said, okay, I want to make some leftist memes that don't require a bunch of fucking explanation and shit. And these are the most epically bad memes I've ever seen in my life. Like here's
like
a,
parodies.
Yeah. Here's Exhibit A. This is the one he came out with first. I'm Drake. I'm a left-wing political activist. And he's got a whole story.
The irony being, I need you to explain that to me because it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Right. Like this is like so low effort retard shit level shit, you know.
It's not even a meme. It's a statement.
Yeah.
It's barely
Being on the left, being Jeff Bezos and having tons of money, like that doesn't even make any sense. What is this? Oh, here's one more he didn't even finish. I wish I had free healthcare so I could take care of my fragile bones. Like, what the fuck? But you gotta see the replies of these, like, fucking...
The big brain one's funny.
This one was actually good, LOL. Unironically good. Like, all of them have some moron like that. You know what I mean?
Johnny, you got some background noise, brother.
Yeah.
Still?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, it's actually worse than before.
God fucking damn it. This doesn't make any fucking sense to me, man. I don't know what to fucking do to fix it.
Bro, that skeleton one, holy
God
shit.
fucking damn it.
Right? Big dog,
Is that
small
better?
dog.
A leftist. Another leftist.
Yeah. Striking commentary on leftist infighting, Henry. This is actually good. They're dating. That's actually kind of funny.
I'm sorry. I
Here
didn't
to
take
let
my
you know,
headset
these are very good memes. Great job, Joel. I unironically love this one. This one's
I wanna
actually
do, like,
fantastic.
off. A word count search for actually and unironically in that thread.
Right? This one was good unironically. Off my asshole.
This is wasn't Vouch in here too? Like saying, great job.
Yeah, it's all he said.
Yeah, he was like, great job. I think it was on the first one. Let me see.
God.
Because he was
The
definitely
first
in
one is
here.
possibly the worst one. Like, you can't even, like, make fun of it. It's so fucking bad.
But good job, man. Good job.
Honkler did leave a good one on here, though. I had to save this one. So, pray for me as I take this long and arduous journey to read this left-wing meme. I'm looking for Vouch here.
I think he quote tweeted it, right? Or was he in the thread?
No, he was in the thread.
It isn't Fred.
Night, Zara.
These people are fucking retarded, dude.
I can handle retardation, but like smug retardation?
Yeah. Like, what is this? What is this? It doesn't even...
That street sign one's just horrible.
Yeah.
What does that even... they fundamentally do not understand
what a meme is, yeah.
Right, and what the original meme's point even was. Like, they fundamentally missed the concept.
Mm-hmm.
The cat.
They totally, like, in doing this, they thought they were, like, making fun of right-wingers that, like, oh, we can make memes with fucking no, like, few words or whatever, And all they did was prove that they have no fucking clue what a meme, the way it works, you know what I mean?
Yes, exactly.
Like my favorite, probably the most epically successful meme possibly ever, the NPC meme. You put that, dude, at triggered. It's such a simple meme.
It's solid, yeah.
Yeah, but it triggered fucking every, like, all the left Twitter. They were fucking gassing people for NPCs and everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they went fucking hard on that, and that's how you know that it's good, and that's why it's still around now.
Yeah, like telling fucking journalists to learn to code. That was another really good one. Like, trigger. It's just a simple sentence, but it triggered the whole fucking. Nobody gives a shit about any of these. Like, fucking half the left wouldn't even fucking get them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they totally miss out on the simplicity.
Yeah.
And I don't think they realize that the simplicity of memes like the NPC one is what makes it so effective.
Here's the Vosh. I like it.
gotta support the comrades,
I'm gonna put, you also like kids, so...
Fucking, I like it.
Yeah, you write that and I'll write I like that underneath you.
You guys are fucking psychos.
Oh, but see, I drew Trump with small hands. That's a meme. I like the caved-in head Wojak under Vouch's comment. That's pretty good.
The caved-in head Wojak, the brainlet Wojak series is pretty epic too. The one I probably use the most because it's got him like with like a hammer and sickle on the head.
Oh yeah, my favorite one is probably the one where it's like a 3D box, and there's like a brainlet, like a drooling Wojak face, it's suspended in another box in the middle.
Yeah. Oh, but man, the stupidity of these people never ceases to amaze me. Like, you can pick one of these at random. Oh, he used Pepe. He really got the right with that one, right?
We're taking Pepe back.
We're taking Pepe back.
We're gonna steal their memes from them, guys. Liberate the memes of production.
You said memes. This is art.
Yeah.
This is postmodernism.
Right. There's the his great unfinished work here. He couldn't think of anything else. He doesn't even get like how it like works. These are all very good. Pepe's girlfriend.
Bro, fucking Pirate in the GC said, send a link to the Vouch tweet. I want to say the meme is too old for him.
Oh, let me find it.
Yeah, I don't have it, so it's so good.
This meme is too old for you. Would be even better if we had the clip from fucking Borat 2 that they used on Giuliani, where he's like, "No, she's too old for you." Oh, but that would take a little bit of work.
Bro, like the amount of these quote memes that they literally just wrote leftist or left wing on, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like 90% of them legitimately just say like leftist.
This doesn't make what the. I'm gonna stop because these people are just gonna bug me. This is a pretty good one. Where's the ball share? You can't find content like this anywhere else, folks.
Bro,
Nope,
what was that?
no, you can't.
My friend one. Did that make sense? My friend and my. I don't.
I like it. Oh, somebody put a meth pipe. You'll see it on the screen in a second. I think you dropped this. Oh, no, I can't find Bosch. Here, let me, I should probably have my notifications here. There. That was quick. Oh, just in time for the meth pipe one.
Where I think that they're trying. The purpose of this thread is actually to give us cancer. We read through it, and then suddenly we're fucking riddled with tumors. There it is. There's the I like it. Very fucking, very nice.
I like it.
I'm back and I got a big bowl of eggs.
Oh, shit. You missed it, bro.
What I
You
miss?
You missed us getting fucking dunked on.
We got dunked on by libtards.
Yeah, this channel will be deleted after the show tonight because, I mean, there's no coming back.
Right. We're going to have to hang our heads in shame.
No doubt.
To hang myself in shame. Bedroom.
Could I get like a 10-second quick rundown?
There was some moron leftard had like tried to be like, oh, the left can meme, and like made it as this whole thread of memes that were really fucking retarded.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I didn't miss the meme talk.
Huh?
I didn't miss the meme thing.
Oh, you did.
I think
you guys just talking about that now?
You just did. We just
missed
Oh,
it.
fuck. Oh, shit, yeah, it's up there. That was pretty impressive. I like the one guy going like, no, it's all ironic.
Yeah.
It's all ironic.
There's
and then
this.
he
Go ahead.
Yeah, then he tries to do a laugh my ass off fucking, and you can't even fucking pick a good gif.
Right.
Yeah, you're totally right. It's all you guys are fucking shitty, ironically.
Yeah.
Can I give like in 30 seconds my little not hot take there on the left scant meme?
Sure.
So I really hate using this term, but I'm just gonna do it. It's kind of a cope from our side. I mean, yeah, it's hilarious to laugh at these people. They are fucking stupid. The majority of online leftists are, I mean, even the majority of not online leftists, they are morons. However, they have power, and their memes, well, they're not, because meme is a very broad word. I encourage you to look up the definition of it. Yeah, they can't make a funny JPEG or a funny GIF, but they can make white privilege become a term used in government legislation.
Well,
white supremacy.
They don't.
It was a forced
they don't
meme.
fucking do any of that
No.
shit. They just
No,
fucking
no.
parrot it. They just parrot it. They don't fucking do any of that.
Well,
Exactly.
People up there, there's people up there in charge who are doing all that shit. This has nothing to do with these fucking people that we're making fun of on the internet. No,
Right,
I'm sorry,
right.
I'm interrupting.
But-
I'm sorry.
No. You're right. I mean, it is. They are parroting Jewish memes, but
Yeah.
frankly, like Jews are leftists, and the left is essentially a Jewish invention, much more to than the right is.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
That's,
But I mean, at the same
pretty
time,
much my only
Jews or
point,
whatever
really.
serves Jewish interests. But yes, sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean
And
that's just pretty much
is
my
important.
point.
Yeah,
It's just
that's important.
it's worthwhile to notice that I mean, they memed. What did they meme? Let's think. What's the most damaging thing that they memed into existence? Transgenders, right? Like this is you
Yeah.
can now buy games where you can make a female character with a 9-inch penis. Like this is
Based.
something that is due to leftist politics.
9-inch penis. We say penis
Yeah,
in
that's-
this
I mean,
household,
that's
sir.
true, yeah.
Well,
I
but
mean,
it's
there's
they're
no entertainment where you can lynch, joggers.
I understand your point,
Would be
but they're
based.
forced memes that don't work as well. So they
Yeah.
really,
Well-
they still don't really understand how to use it. They're just trying to beat you over the head with it. What actually
Actually,
has a tendency, it works to some degree, but then you also get a lot of backlash about it, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
and
it's
I would
the
argue.
things that do work, like individualism.
well, yeah, but
Real quick, I would argue that their failure at creating, concepts and ideas that actually catch on and spread is just a testament to the fact that they are on the side of, of lies, basically.
Yeah.
And that we are not. And while memes don't really get you anywhere, they also do get. I mean, they do and they don't. Like I know that there's probably a good chunk of people who are here because of memes, right? And that could be memes
Yeah.
as in JPEGs or memes as in like jokes from an episode of Murdoch or anything like that. You know what I mean? So they do. I definitely agree. Like we're not in power, but we started off being not in power, and I think memeing things definitely has positive effects. While they may not be getting us into power, they definitely help to spread ideas that resonate because they are the truth. Like that
Yeah.
fucking guy who was complaining, oh, left-wing memes have to break down social indoctrination. I mean, that's just complete bullshit, right? Like,
Yeah.
the reason that our
Or,
memes are effective is because they are natural truths. They are realities, and people can see that.
Yeah.
take for
That's
example
why they
the,
don't
the-
require any explanation and shit.
Yes.
You know?
just think of a quick example is the men only want one thing and it's disgusting, and then you put a picture of a fucking happy family,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And that is absolutely the opposite of fucking indoctrination. It's the opposite of fucking unnatural indoctrination. It's fucking that is the
Right.
most normal fucking thing, and everybody fucking recognizes it.
But what's on
Yeah.
TV?
What's that?
What's on
Yo,
TV?
Well,
Yeah,
this
but,
is the
I-
point
I
of how
get your point.
shit our memes are.
I
But
get your
here's-
point, though.
you
but,
could turn off the TV though.
and
Well,
that's the
this
whole.
is what we're
How many do?
That's my point. Is that lots
More
of people
people-
have been
more
actually.
and more people.
Yeah, I know. That's true. That's fair enough.
And this
The more they
this
force
goes-
the meme, the more people turn off the TV too.
and this is the point is their ideology and their meme is so fucking shitty that none of this would have fucking happened had they not have so fucking across the board fucking incredible power. Nobody would have fucking taken any of this shit if it wasn't jammed down their throat for fucking 50, 60 fucking years.
Yeah.
Their power is once again is not in the meme and the idea. They had that in certain ways. They knew how to fucking trick the boomers, but they were, that was an easy target. But it's like they can't push pornography. One of their memes, they can't push pornography to degrade us and degrade our women and degrade our young men without massive fucking power.
Right.
Because their idea
Yeah.
is shit. Their idea is shit.
Yeah.
Now we don't have power, so we have to do what we can. And if we can make a meme, and I don't want to overplay the importance of this, but I mean, if we gets the fucking normal people and gets to them, and they go, oh, this is so simple and this makes so much sense, and they start thinking about that, and they do fucking stop turning off the TV. They do start fucking going, like a guy like me. I stopped watching fucking TV, and I got, I was already going on my own kind of fucking journey at the point, anyways. But when I found 4chan and I found some of you types of guys, when I found you types of guys, it
What do you mean? You
changed.
types
It
of guys?
changed. You changed.
Yeah.
You people.
What do you
people.
mean, you people?
One sec.
Oh, I'm gonna throw this up. Buddy of mine
Wait.
posted here. I want to throw this up
Okay,
as an
go ahead.
example of a really good, successful timely meme.
But I like the one thing that I always try and go to is how many people think that or even know about it, but think that Table 43 is relevant and true. Like, how many people think about that often versus how many people think about, say, Charlottesville or the Klan?
What's Table 43?
Well, there you go. No,
So-
but Table 43 is the FBI crime stat table that basically says, despite 13% of the population, blacks.
Yeah, but I
commit
know
56% of the
I know
crimes.
normies were fucking saying 13.
I do know it, but not under that context. Sorry.
I know.
Well, it
normies
was
were
such
saying
it was
13
a
to 50,
successful
dude.
enough meme that they've like railed against. If you see the numbers 1350, that's fucking da 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 da.
Yeah, it's on
Oh,
the
exactly.
ADL. It's on the ADL's website now. That's a hate speech. That's a hate speech now.
It's a hate statistic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I
the
mean,
ADL has.
And
The
I
ADL
definitely
controls
see
the
your
FBI.
point. But what's up?
The ADL controls the FBI.
Yes.
So that's kind of what I mean.
And I mean, the ADL effectively controls social media as well via pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yep. If you look on your
But-
screen now, you'll see an example of a good meme.
Bang, bang, bang.
Wow, wow, bang, bang, bang.
Give me a sec, don't take it off.
Wow, wow.
Swallow, bang, bang, bang.
Schwarzer.
That's pretty good.
I doubt that Fang Fang could pronounce his name.
Me love you long time. Wow.
A big American penis. Oh, so big. Oh.
You needed the discipline.
But I mean, and I don't want to sound like overly optimistic here, because I definitely you're not wrong, Murray. But at the same time, I don't know. I'd like to think that being on the side of truth is not for nothing. You know what I mean? I don't know. And eventually, with enough people out there spreading these ideas, which when I say meme, obviously I don't just mean like JPEG or GIF or whatever. I mean these ideas,
Right.
which is obviously what they are, right? If there's enough of that going on, then I don't know. We can have at least a decent sized opposition to the ADL's bullshit.
Yeah.
A famous Austrian painter once said something along the lines of, "The only good propaganda is based on the truth."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I would say,
relating to that Austrian painter, just I think if you really want to take down the left, and this isn't me being, I don't think too spurgy, but you have to look at what the central meme, and this is again not a hot take. People call it the defining myth or the founding myth of Western civilization.
Oh
You
yeah,
have to take down the central meme, and that is the Holocaust.
Yeah.
bro. I 100%
Yeah.
agree. I have some friends who I talk about it a lot, to be honest, because it's the most it's the linchpin. Everything goes
Big
back
time.
to it.
Yeah.
All of the victim status, all of the power that's gained. If you argue long enough, you get to the Holocaust every single fucking time. And it's hard not to. It's a really, our work's really cut out for us in that sense, because it's so ingrained. And you look like such a crazy person for saying that it didn't happen or that it's used as a tool against you. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely agree with you.
Here's
Yeah,
a little example of that power. I was talking to a guy I know who was talking about the Frankfurt School. He's talking about the Frankfurt School, so he's like at least that far into it. And I said, "What do you notice about the Frankfurt School?" And he goes, "Well, they were Germans, weren't they?" I'm like, "No. What ethnicity was all these guys from the Frankfurt School?" And as soon as you reach the JQ, it's Holocaust. It's and it fucking shuts it right down. I'm like, dude, you got that far. And
the
it's
Holocaust is the reason why you can't, talk about Jews in such a way. Yeah,
Exactly.
you're right.
Exactly. It's that pervasive that even somebody who's gotten that far stops right there. And
But
he
it's a-
goes,
Can I touch on what Murray was saying? I'll agree.
No.
Whatever sort of the evil power is with them, but no, all the power is within all the people, the population, and honestly, like it's all we have to do, and that's the whole point of a good right wing meme is it's got a creativity to it. It reaches a lot of people, and that's what really matters. Leftist memes are just the echo chamber of what they're hearing. That's all it is. It's baseless.
Well, when you think of leftist memes, like I think Murray's point is less about their shitty internet memes and more about the transgender kids should be allowed in any bathroom they want at school memes.
That transgender is even a thing. Is like a leftist meme.
That too. Yeah.
But that's a forced meme that
that's true.
Doesn't work as well. You know what I mean?
But all memes are forced to a certain extent. I mean, they are ideas.
Well, no, good memes aren't forced. They're just like they just come out of you like instantly. You look at something, you get an idea for a meme, and you do it, and they get popular because they act on such a level. You don't have to force it; it just goes right.
They act on a real world, truthful level that everyone can interact with.
I'll be back.
Yeah.
Like,
I would
they
say,
had
for example,
legislation
that
to force theirs. Sorry, go ahead, Murray.
No, it's like what Air Raid was talking about, like with the with that happy family meme, like the picture meme, but that's obviously based on the actual idea of wanting happy families. Now, I would say that is happy nuclear families, monogamous families that are monoracial and monogamous are a forced meme. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think that's bad.
I would disagree. I think that's a natural instinct.
It might be a natural instinct, but it still has to be kept in check by society. It is a social construct. Social constructs aren't necessarily bad. They just have to be good social constructs. So the nuclear family, the monogamous institution of marriage backed by the church or by the state or by both, that is a great, social construct. Gay marriage, not a good social construct.
I know what you mean, but
I think it's biological too, though. Honestly,
yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it's more natural instinct, so it works on a biological.
I would agree. I would agree.
You don't have to.
I definitely agree.
I can tell, Mary, you're a little bit younger than us. You've been indoctrinated a lot more with this collectivism, and I don't know. I can hear it a lot in what you're saying. I'm not knocking you for it, but
no, just if you want to go into that, I used to be in my teenage years, basically until like Trump came on the scene, and I got into these kind of politics. I used to be a very radical libertarian. Like I have books by Rothbard on my shelf and all that. Yeah, I know that's cringe. Call me gay.
Hey man, a lot of us have
better than being a liberal. Yeah, it's better than being an actual liberal. I'd rather you be a libertarian than anything else.
I mean, so yes, I am into, I guess, collectivism. I believe in collective white identity and collective white action, and I do believe in the state now. I actually would say I am libertarian still in a lot of ways, particularly around economics, although that's kind of a more long-term thing. In the short term, I guess you could say I'm more of a socialist, but whatever, this show isn't about me. All I'm saying is, the other thing, I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I was always kind of hard to indoctrinate because I was such a contrarian douchebag, basically, for the entirety of my life.
Many such cases.
So, I don't know. Maybe you're right, but just out of curiosity, why do you think that? I'm not like being mad or anything. Just why would you say
just how you say that the people like leftist, individual leftists. I'm more of an individualist myself, but individual leftists, you're putting them as a collective, as this giant, powerful unit. But in reality, a lot of those memes they're just a projection of the echo chamber that's filling the J-based society and media and everything else. I don't really see.
No, I agree with that.
Some of these sporadic memes as a as a collective power that's brought us to transgenderism and all the LGBTQ stuff. There's so much behind the scenes stuff. Like
I would argue that individualism has definitely helped us along that road because we don't have a collective identity. You know what I mean? It's a lot easier to for those sorts of leftist memes to take root when we don't have like.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead, Murray.
Yes. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm just kind of nodding along.
Yeah, no, you're good. That was pretty much. That was my point.
Yeah, all I was going to say to that is
wrong with individualism. It's natural to like white people. I think to Western people. I think it'd be interesting to find out why, but yeah.
And I just want to clarify. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
No, you're cool.
I just want to clarify. I don't think that leftists are actually much of a collective. In fact, I would actually argue that in a lot of ways, leftists, well, I think this is pretty obvious once I say it. There are some of those, for lack of a better word, deracinated people in the entire world, or at least in the entire country. They don't have connection to community in the sense of a church, or in the sense of their race, or especially even in the sense of their family. Like most of these people hate their parents.
Don't want kids.
They have a connection to nothing except for media, and media is while it is produced by collective entities like media companies, and a real collective ethnic identity, Jews. Media, when you consume it, it's a very individualistic activity, even if you consume it in a pseudo communal setting like a movie theater, for example. So no, I don't think that leftists are very collective, but I do think that, because like I said, when we're talking about leftists, this can get kind of confusing, because really what I'm talking about when I say leftists is Jews. And I take the example of all these people that are making these dumbass fucking memes, picture memes, and even saying stupid things like, an 8-year-old can be trans, like Joe Biden, for example.
Yeah,
I view all these people as just Gollum for that's what I would call them, Gollum, even if they're white.
You made a really interesting point about them consuming, like, the only connection to anything they have is the media that they consume, which they do alone. I think that's true. I mean, like cape shit, for example, superhero stuff is, to these people, like, they think that it's a brilliant take when they see that as like analogous to religion or the Bible or old fables and shit like that. They think that that's a positive.
Isn't Trump just like Voldemort?
Exactly. Yeah, everything is related via the fucking media lens that they view the world through. Everything.
Well, and you got to think, like, these memes that they're trying to force, they've spent about 100 years fucking researching psychology and everything to try to make effective memes that aren't nearly as effective as ours.
Our memes are simplistic. Their memes are like, they're so complex. Just like that comment you guys put attached to the whole leftist memes, that whole paradox of social structures and institutions and patriarchy. Like, you have to dig a fucking tunnel to China to find the answer.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Walrus, you should throw that worst takes, that meme.
I was just gonna say, yep.
Which one?
It's fucking amazing. From Worst Takes, the Twitter /Auschwitz one.
Which is a great name. That's like one of the top.
Auschwitz is a top tier follow, guys. Everybody follow him if you're not already. Dude's fucking hilarious.
Oh, Jesus. This is fucking hilarious.
10 out of 10.
Yes, this is
Yeah, we
definitely
can
going
tell.
up on screen here.
But yeah, sorry to interrupt whoever was talking there.
That was all you, bro. Finish your thought if you still got more to say.
Me?
No, Jamie. But whatever. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh no,
Somebody-
I think I was done. Yeah, I just thought your comment about their, the media consumption, and I just think that's a really interesting point. And there's probably like a lot more to be explored there, but
I don't know.
it's kind of sad. Like, I pity them, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, their media consumption is an individual choice, but at the same time, they're just programmed robots at this point, just about, until they break that programming. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
like-
I would argue that they're not really making a choice. It's just kind of like, with no connection to anything, it's the only thing that they have, really. Oh, there we go. It's on screen.
Yeah.
And yeah, just about the whole leftist, being individualist things. It's been made by smarter men than me, or the point's been made by smarter men than me. But I'll just, say this is kind of one thing that conservatives are sort of right about. I don't think they totally grasp all the implications of what they're saying. But when conservatives call leftists a special snowflake, that is accurate. That is how they think about themselves. They do think of themselves as these very,
very entitled.
Oh, I'm not going to leave
very
this up
special.
too long because
very
Animal
unique,
makes a
very-
point that it is gross. But
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's gross, but Valsh is fucking gross, so
yeah.
That meme is fucking hilarious.
he deserves to be ridiculed. And who knows, you make fun of him hard enough, he might mention you on one of his fucking streams.
I'm hoping so. That'd be awesome.
Free promotion, bro.
Right? You can't
Oh,
buy
shit,
advertising
speaking
like
of,
that.
Speaking of retarded YouTubers, I guess they're kind of not the exact same politically. One's more of a neoliberal, and Vaush is like a communist. But they argue together a lot. Did you guys hear about what Destiny did? I think it was yesterday.
Oh, I heard he got banned, but I did not hear or look up
Oh,
why.
wait, he got
yeah,
banned?
Oh.
He got banned
Destiny?
from where?
I don't know. I saw people saying that he got banned.
Well,
Maybe I'm wrong.
he might as,
Go
he
ahead.
might as
I
well
shouldn't
have.
have
He
been-
really embarrassed himself. He basically got into some spat, and I didn't even really look into it too much, but what I saw, he got into a spat with some lawyer, and then he said that anybody could be a lawyer. And, well, frankly, that's kind of true, but he went about proving this point in, like, the worst way possible. He tried to take the LSAT from scratch, and you know, if you're really smart, like, the LSAT is probably fairly easy to take from scratch, but I mean like genius level smart. Now you can train and practice for it, and it becomes substantially easier because there's kind of a weird way to take it. They're basically logic questions, but they all kind of have a rhyme and reason to them once you study up for a bit. But he took it without any sort of prep at all. And Destiny is not a genius, and he failed abysmally. And then he like got halfway through it, and then he tried to go back to playing games. But the people in his live chat were like, "Finish the chat, F slur,
Yeah.
or finish the test, F slur."
Oh,
And,
amazing.
And he just got blown the fuck out basically by his own fans, and even by like a lot of, because that's the one thing, like Destiny attracts a certain type of person, and that's like the like Destiny is the kind of guy that unironically voted for Hillary and loved it.
Yeah.
And Biden, like just very neoliberal shills.
I mean, he
And so
unironically
all
is proud of being a cuck.
Yeah, that too. Him and all his fans are like, they're all going to be like credentialists. So when Destiny shits on that for like his own ego, he kind of drives a wedge between him and his shitty fan base.
Yeah, he
And
really
him
does attract
failing
the
at
worst
it
side.
is like a big fuck up. Him failing at it was just, they all were just overjoyed.
God, that's so embarrassing. Why the fuck would you do that? Like, how are you that smug, Wasn't he like a music major? Why? Good God.
Oh God, was he really?
I
That's
think
funny.
so. Yeah, I think he said that in his when he debated who's Stryker, because Stryker made some comment about jazz being like shitty music, and he went off about it. And I think he mentioned being a music major. Yeah.
Oh man.
Where's the lie there?
And Stryker was a history major, so me and him, we get along. Because I was also a history major.
I just actually speaking of Stryker, he just posted about Biden's pick for the head of the Pentagon is another black guy.
Right, yeah, defense secretary.
Yeah, he said turning the deep state into the DMV. Pretty good. But yeah, anyway.
That's gonna suck.
Yeah, but I've got no illusions about what's happening there. I mean, quality at the competency at the very top. So when this guy goes before Congress, if he ever does have to go before Congress, it's going to be bad for him, and he's going to make Biden look like an idiot because he's going to be the one answering the questions. But make no mistake, he's not going to be the one making the decisions, and it's not going to be Biden either. It's going to be somebody that occasionally or very often every day puts on a small hat.
Yeah. Nothing's changing there. You think Trump ever had a chance of diminishing their power, or do you think he's just fucking drowned in it anyways?
I don't know who you're asking, but just
anybody.
My quote is that he never really tried. He never really tried. That's when after the thing that really turned me off to Trump and this is like for a lot of people on our side, when he did the whole omnibus spending government freeze and shut down the government, and then he got nothing out of it. He didn't get he didn't get the paltry sum. I mean, paltry, it was like $30 billion, but that's really not a lot for the wall. That's when I knew it was over. I stuck with him for a while. I thought the bombing Syria twice was stupid, but frankly, I didn't really think it was all that big of a deal, because I mean, it wasn't a good thing. Don't get me wrong. It was like morally bad, but it just that is the one thing I will give Trump credit. He really hasn't done a whole lot to get us involved more in wars.
Yeah,
at least that's what it seems like to me. But no, I don't think he. I mean, dude, he hired John Bolton. Like, do I need to say more?
There's so many. Yeah, there's so much of that shit
in terms of the deep state.
Yeah, like he got in on that whole drain the swamp shit, and then fucking did absolutely nothing as far as draining the swamp. I mean, like and even if he doesn't give a fuck about the United States, he let himself get fucking railroaded. Like, he got into power, and he knows, like, how does he not know that all these fucking people hate him, and they fucking run every apparatus of this fucking government? If he had any sense, even just to protect himself in the future, even if he is fucking on the take and he isn't just fucking, being a dope, first thing he should have done is put his people in positions of power, as opposed to, build a little White House fucking staff with Kushner and let neocons fucking come in. Like, it just astounded me.
Yeah. He did fire a lot of people.
I don't. Who? Didn't really.
Well, he's doing stuff.
Like, that was about it, right? And he took forever to fire Comey.
Yeah. That should have been, like, fucking instant. And I don't know, once again, I don't even know how much real fucking power the President of the United States has, to be honest.
I think he has a lot.
Yeah.
Because he still he'll always have the bully pulpit, and he could have said more, at least, I think.
Yeah. And I don't know if it was just him being naive and thinking, I can, we can make things work and we'll all get along and kumbaya. And that was just election, stuff. Like, how could he not take that shit seriously?
Well, you know what? Yeah, I actually, that is kind of how I lean. Trump, before, he was famous for the art of the deal. He never learned the art of the kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Minecraft.
He didn't know the art of war would be
Yeah.
a better way of putting
Right?
it.
Yeah. Fantastic. Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
And that always kind of goes. I always think that affirms my belief that he never actually thought he was going to be president of the United States of America, anyways.
I'm
You know,
always a little bit skeptical about that. He might not have known. I don't think. Well, because did we even know? Nobody really knew. I don't think.
Yeah, and that's kind of my point. Like, I think he went in, and there were enough rumors of it, and there was talk of him already putting together a kind of alternative media team, getting things in gear so that he would get voted. He would lose handily, and he would blame it on the deep state and the establishment, and then be the new further right Fox as build like a Ted Turner type media empire, and then he actually started winning the primaries, and I think he just rolled with it, but I could be wrong. That was always kind of.
You might be right, but one thing, and maybe this was all just part of the act or part of the like publicity tour.
Mm-hmm.
But for both times, that dude campaigned his ass off in 2016 and in 2020.
Yep,
he really did campaign his ass off. And in 2020, when he got COVID, he really seemed pissed off. And when COVID just in general shut down the in-person campaigning, he really seemed to be irked about that. And I think he would have done, I mean, I know he would have done even more if it wasn't for the proof.
And like now I think he's taking a little bit more seriously, but also you see him doing shit and it's like, yes, it could be argued it's too little too late, but you see him actually like he's making he was axing people. He fucking got rid of Kissinger, for fuck's sakes, and Albright, right? Like, is he doing too little too late, or is he just putting on a show? I don't know.
What do you mean he got rid of them?
They were part of the State Department or something, were they not?
I don't think anymore. No, I think they're both retired. Because Henry Kissinger is like a walking corpse.
He might have been a consult or a consultant.
Yeah, he had some sort of apparatus. Yeah, but I mean, like, he started, pardon Flynn and shit, and it's all like, it's 5 to midnight.
Well, also you got the whole all the Democrat Party with the Russia hoax for how long? Like, why are they so possessed to get rid of him if he's working for the enemy? You know what I mean? Or working with the same people?
Yeah, like I said, I think he's an anomaly that nobody expected, and maybe not. Like I said, maybe not even he himself. And I think that's why they got so fucking flustered. And he did seem to have a knack of he tied up a lot of their fucking energy. Now they used him. Speaking of going back to the memes, they used him effectively against himself to against the people to traumatize so many fucking people, like the Trump derangement syndrome shit, right? Like, it's fucking real. Like, look how people fucking act.
Epic salt mines.
Definitely. Look at that congresswoman we were just talking about.
Yep.
The state congresswoman.
Yep.
Well, and it really did what we've been talking about. Well, it's been a few days, but we have talked previously quite a bit about the polarization of America.
Yeah.
And nothing polarized America more than Donald Trump,
Yep. Well, I
started under Obama, but it really took shape during Trump.
I think the polarization was already there, but the reason this is just my opinion. The reason it was escalated, and the reason that the media was harping and running this like nonstop propaganda campaign was because Trump did something that once again is possibly the most dangerous thing for people who hate us, is he united and mobilized so many white Americans.
Right. Well, see, Obama got the blacks all riled up.
But he also got the whites. of fucking there were plenty of white people who were vocal about not liking Obama and things like this, but the kind of the middle of the road people just said, "Oh, we better just shut up." Right?
There was one
You
big
know,
difference.
even if they didn't 100% agree with all this white guilt shit, they still, oh, no, it's okay. It's it's good that there's a black president, and then they're gonna sit down and keep their mouth shut, and really you have the only the very fringe, the very fringe, actually willing to stick their necks out, and then with Trump, it got more of the middle road people active. And not just, oh, I'm going to go out and vote for Trump, or I'm going to put a Trump sign. They started thinking about it.
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
with it, when the
Well, that's
media's
what I was
attacked-
saying,
yeah.
because, like, it really, you were either one side or the other, so that's the polarization I was talking about. Like, there was a lot of middle-of-the-road people until, like, you see, Trump, there was a lot of things to like about him that didn't have anything to do with race or whatever. You know what I mean? Fiscal policy and getting people jobs. That was actually the biggest thing. That's why everybody liked him, was because the jobs. Because during Obama, I don't know how many people remember this. But under Obama, jobs were few and far between. Everybody was out of work.
Yeah.
It was not a good fucking time. And then Trump took over, and bam, right away there were jobs every fucking where.
Yeah.
But there was one hugely
And
important difference.
it's we've talked.
Sorry, go ahead,
Did we
Eric.
lose you guys?
No, but well, here, let me finish my thought, because I was getting to it. But these people, whatever, were more middle of the road, really, anyway. But everybody likes jobs and stuff, so they agree with his fiscal policy. But they see all the bullshit that they're saying, like on CNN or whatever, and how they're getting called racist left and right because they like Trump and all this shit. You know what I mean? To where, you can't even admit that you like Trump because he had some good policies. You know what I mean? Without being called a fucking racist and Nazi and fascist and all this bullshit.
And I think this is where their escalation really turns the tide and is counter effective, because the average person can't ignore it. They have to pick a side.
Well, that's why I don't think it's counter effective, because I think that was the goal.
Well, no, I get that, but it means that it's so obvious and so blatant that only the people who are willing to fucking lie to themselves and ignore it are willing to go left, and they are going crazy. And like you said, it seems to be some sort of a part of the agenda, but he's mobilizing people to become more militant en masse on the right, which got him, except for the shenanigans, would have got him reelected in a landslide. And so, I mean, like, if their ultimate goal is civil war in the United States, they're on track. 100%, they're on track.
But the thing about Trump versus Obama in terms of mobilizing ethnic bases is Obama never said, "Come on, black people, you got to vote for me because I'm black and you black and we all black and we gonna black it up together."
Yeah.
Obama, but he very heavily implied it. He would do that thing where he went to talk in front of a crowd of black people and he started getting his niggerish up.
Jive on.
His jive on. And he did do the whole thing like, if I had a son, he would have looked like Trayvon.
Yeah.
And
that bullshit.
But Trump,
If I wasn't married to a man, I would have a child just like Trayvon.
Trump did without a doubt, he was very implicitly the president of white America, especially conservative white America. The numbers bear this out, and the rallies bear this out, and just facts on the ground bear it out. But he never was. He was nearly never as explicit about it as Obama was. In fact, Trump mentioned blacks way more than he ever mentioned whites. He never mentioned whites.
Yeah.
And another thing is that Obama, especially towards the end of his presidency, even though he kind of tried to clamp it down a bit, I think for Hillary's sake, Obama supported the Black Lives Matter folks. And he supported them doing what they did in the streets of Baltimore and Ferguson. Even if he did call them thugs, he did nothing to stop them, and everything he said aside from calling them thugs lent credence to their message. Trump never did that for his own guys. And Trump kind of, especially in the 2020 campaign, he kind of implicitly endorsed Q. And Q, of course, is famous for trust the plan.
Yeah.
So Trump basically, Obama mobilized his own guys, and he also kind of mobilized the opposition, with the Tea Party and all that, even though the Tea Party wasn't really all that effective. I guess it kind of was, though, because they did end up taking back the House. But what did
It was
that
also
do?
it was also a
But that's-
stepping stone, right? Like,
Well, they got co-opted, right?
Right. Yeah. But with Trump, just the last thing real quick. With Trump, when the Charlottesville guys came out, and yeah, I know Trump's not Hitler. He was never going to be super based. But he threw those guys under the bus with his FBI and just rhetorically. And then this election cycle, he threw Proud Boys under the bus. He constantly threw his own supporters under the bus.
Yeah, because he was trying to say, "Oh, look, I'm
not."
not racist."
yeah.
Yeah.
The only time he didn't throw a mass demonstration was on his behalf, either implicitly or explicitly, was this stop the steal rally in Washington.
Yeah,
and a lot of those people still got the shit beaten out of them.
Yeah, I would say that
And he said nothing for them. Now, to his credit, he did say something about Kyle, which was nice.
I was blown
That
away.
was pretty much it. Yeah, and I was shocked. I agree. I was shocked.
And that's fucked
And
up.
I think
We were
he
shocked
had to
by
do that. He had to do that too because of everybody. Like even Norman conservatives were coming out in a way that they definitely hadn't for James Fields.
I think
Yeah,
Kyle.
he definitely should have stood. What happened to James Field was like ridiculous, and he really, really should have stood up more for fucking James Fields and what happened at fucking. Well, Charlottesville was stupid from the beginning, but
Yeah, but he could have called out at how it actually was, and he could have, commented on the fact that
he did say. Here was the thing: is that he did say, "Oh, there was good people on both sides."
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like the fact was that these protesting groups were pushed together, guided together by the local authorities. Like this was the clashes were forced. The left was there for a rumble, the right wasn't, and they were forced together so that the shit would go down. And I mean, maybe I don't know. I think he would have known that. I think he would have been able to see that if he cared. But who knows? But at the same time, it's, Obama mobilized. Obama's effectiveness wasn't mobilizing a part of 13% of the population of the United States. The dangerous thing about Obama was he mobilized a large portion of the 70% of the United States. And that's, that's where, I mean, yeah, there's the Black Lives Matters and the riots in these cities, and that's, that's not good stuff. And I mean, in a sense, it's good propaganda for our side, because all we have to do is sit there and go, look, there you go. Who burned down your fucking business, dude? Right? Why are you fleeing the fucking city? We don't even have to do anything. We just
and what do they say? Well, to the first question, they say white communists. Unfortunately,
yeah, well,
because of guys.
I know,
like
but
Sean
Thank you,
Hannity.
Joe Rogan.
And there is
Joe Rogan too,
there is that, and there is those people making sure that they're seen doing stupid shit, but nobody in St. Louis or any of these like really black cities, no white guy in Chicago is going, it's Antifa, that's a danger, that's why I have to leave Chicago. Right? They know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
They know.
Hopefully.
Right. But even the communists, even the communists, them burning down and doing all this stupid shit, that takes all these middle of the road fucking working class white Americans who might not, maybe they would have voted for Trump, but they're not going to go any further than that. And they're going, there's fucking gangs of communists fucking destroying shit. Right? And they have to either...
The optics looks bad.
Yeah. But my point being is that mobilizing a handful of, it may be millions, but look at the size of your nation, look at the dispersion and where the people are and how many people there are. But like 4% of the American population gets, kind of mobilized. If you can mobilize half of the white population, you're much more dangerous. And that's where Trump is. Right? Even if he does everything fucking shitty, he's still, it's this, we've talked about this before, it's the symbol that is getting people kind of militant.
Yeah, and his biggest mistake was trying to prove that he's not racist.
Yeah, it was such a waste of time. So stupid.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I was just saying that in the chat. Is that's you lose immediately when you accept their terms.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Anytime anybody asks him any of that stupid shit, you should have said, "That's a stupid question." I'm not talking about your stupid questions.
And even the Charlottesville thing, when he said good people on both sides, I'm pretty sure he immediately followed that up. Like the next words out of his mouth were, except for the racists.
No, he
and
said that first. He said
he did?
condemns
Okay,
white
okay.
supremacists, but there was good people on both sides.
Okay. Well, that's honestly not as bad as following it up, but yes.
The 15 fucking
So
flag
is
waving.
Trump part of the deep state? What's going on?
I don't think so.
Well, yeah,
I don't think he's
think
part of the deep state, but I think he's frequently used.
Well, when you say
he's
deep
useful idiot
state,
for them.
deep state puts everything in a nice little box that doesn't really exist.
Exactly.
So,
Well, the deep state, from my
Well, okay,
understanding,
I'm just
there's no way you-
confused because we
depends
started.
on your
when we-
definition of the deep
Well,
state.
because I'm just confused because. Well, what I mean is like what I'm confused about is like when we started this podcast we were always like Trump should have won, Trump should have won, but now it's like, and yes I understand the whole Trump the man versus Trump the symbol, but like where are we? Are we like we don't give a shit if he wins or loses? We want him to win, but even though we don't really like him, like where are we?
I think we're better off having him win.
Everyone's opinion on this.
we don't all have to
Okay.
have the same opinion on it.
Yeah.
Number one.
I'll be honest. I never
No,
really.
I'm saying.
I never
it seems
really
just
liked
like
him.
everybody's opinion has changed. Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, no, there's a lot of
I don't
nuance
know.
to it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of. You don't want to like light switch brain it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of nuance to the whole Trump. Because I do want him to win. He did get fucked over. There is fraud in the election. He should have won. And I'd prefer him to Kamala and Biden 100%. But that being said, he was never going to be our guy. He never really was. But what he, as Walrus has always said, what he represented was something very important. He represented the American people being tired of the Finkelthink and bringing in a quote unquote outsider. You know what I mean? Whether he actually was an outsider or not, that's what he represented. So America voting for that. America saying, "Hey, we're tired of this fake and gay, red and blue bullshit. We're voting Trump in." That's huge. That's very important. And despite the fact that I never was a big fan of Trump, I'll be honest. I know most people were at least on our side at some point. I don't know. He never really appealed to me. But that being said, I'm glad he won, and I wanted him to win again.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's my take on it too. Is that as much because he was a bitter disappointment, but I still believe in the things he's a symbol of. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
back in the day, it was candidate Trump versus President Trump. I mean, when he was on the campaign trail in 2016, he had Steve Bannon in his ear.
Yeah.
Trump wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Bannon. Let's
Yeah.
be honest, And he's the one that fed him the message. And Bannon's been doing it around the world, in Poland, and I mean, Steve Bannon has done a service that rarely gets mentioned.
Yep.
Well, the thing is, like
Yeah.
with Bannon, he's not legit. I mean, Bannon is a member of the deep state. Bannon has more of a claim to being a member of the deep state than Trump does.
Yeah.
Bannon was in military intelligence. He got money from the Mercer family. I mean, no, just to answer your question real quick,
Okay.
Johnny, I don't think Trump was a member of the deep state just on a definitional basis, because generally speaking, the deep state is understood to be the unelected bureaucracy, military, even to a certain extent, like the media and big business is considered to be the deep state. Trump
Okay.
was an outsider of the deep state, but I do think he did a lot of their bidding.
Yeah.
I don't think he did everything they wanted, though. And a big thing I will always point to is that he didn't overthrow Assad. But
Yes, and actually, initially kind of toning down the rhetoric against Russia, I think, bought us a lot of time. And I think Trump was, whether or not he was the guy thinking of doing that is another story. But the fact that he was the guy who did it, I think was a good thing. I still have hope, and I could be completely just a pipe dream. It doesn't matter anyways. I'm a Canadian. I just fucking get whatever you guys do to the world, I'm kind of stuck with here. But
we don't get much of a say either.
Yeah.
No, I know. I didn't mean like you particularly, but
No,
what I mean.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But I still have hope that the deep state and the bad actors and the internationalists, the globalists, I still have hope that they will push Trump to our side, because we can't drag him there. Nothing that we will do will ever move Trump right. But there's a lot of shit that the left can do.
Okay, so you're saying that you're hoping that he's going to become our guy, that he is going to become our guy.
He
He's
won't
just
do it
not our guy
willingly.
yet.
He won't do it willingly. When I say he's not our guy, what I mean is he doesn't think like us, right? He's not.
Yeah.
I think he honestly wants good things for America. I think he's a civic nationalist type based on what he says and what he's done, which means he's not my guy.
Yeah.
But I think he's whatever his personal kind of his personal inner thoughts are. I think he's actually out there and thinks that he can do good things. But I also think he's a blowhard too, right? So he's going to say way more than he actually has any intention of doing. But like,
all politicians do.
Yeah, the NASDAQ goes up, and he thinks that's a good thing for Americans. Oh, look, and he might not be, he just might not be in the know, or he just views things differently than us. But
that's more 5D chess, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if he keeps if he's successful, the globalists and the deep state and all this are going to push that much harder, and he's either going to have to fight back or fucking go, and who knows what's going to happen. I was, I had said to people early on, when he was just getting elected, I said, if he actually does any of this stuff, is effective at it, he'll be JFK'd. Right?
Yeah.
Well, here's my take on it. Like, he was definitely not part of the apparatus that was controlling the situation since the late Reagan years, because fucking, Daddy Bush had him under control, was basically running shit when he was vice president, which he was former head of the CIA, so, that should tell you plenty. And then, so then after him he was president, then there was Clinton, which Clinton was the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They were the same group. They just
Yeah.
one more red tie and one more blue tie. You know, but
Yeah.
and then there was Bush Jr. So like, or W. And fucking, so it was the same clique, and then Obama was the same clique. They're like, oh, we'll put a black guy, so you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Trump, so they had that, what they call the deep state is like the bureaucratic organizations and shit that they had set up that were the same no matter the so they were the same. The DOJ was the same people, regardless of who was president, for the most part.
Okay.
And shit like that.
Yeah.
And then like the FBI, CIA.
One,
It was a well-oiled machine. He was not
Well,
part of that, but he was. He was definitely supported by Israel, like fucking hands down. So there
I don't
were
think
definitely
anymore, though.
portions.
Not anymore, which is a
I don't
good
think
sign.
you could get in without. I don't think you could get in without Israel support.
No, nobody can.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not certain that the whole BB
one thing
thing. Let me finish, because I'm not certain that the whole BB thing isn't just theater anyway. So we're supposed to think that, but
That would be like 50 chess from them.
not really. It was just, but
No.
the point, so there obviously were forces that wanted him in there. They're like, oh, he's not. Remember, Newt Gingrich was like, oh, he's not part of the secret society. Back in 2016 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Maybe they thought they could buy him.
But he definitely had like forces that we don't really care for behind him as well. So, and he was not going to do anything and like I said, I've always said this, that he was a real estate tycoon born with a silver spoon in his mouth. You know what I mean? His uncle, not his dad, his uncle was the guy they sent in after Nikola Tesla's papers after he died.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, so it's not like he was that different from it either. You know what I mean?
One thing to remember too, though, and I think even you've mentioned this several times, Walrus, is that they're not. It's not like they're all a cohesive group that's working against our interests. There's all kinds of factions, even of same ethnic groups have their own factions, right? So just because one faction is backing Trump doesn't mean they're all backing Trump. It's also sort of a big evil plot. I mean, it could be, but it also could not be. It could be one group thought they could get ahead using him, and the rest of them said, no, we're still going to fight him.
Yeah, like I said, there's lots of factions. One faction had been dominating the scene, and then other groups teamed up to fucking take them off the top, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I never
one thing I
believed
wanted
this
to
shit.
ask
He
is,
was
do you-
like,
is-
just
do you think
everyday American, you know, but.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask you, what do you think of, like, I was thinking kind of, like, Trump, the reason Trump hasn't done any of the shit he's promised yet was because of, like, the threat of impeachment, the threat of getting kicked out, like, all that shit. And he's planning on doing all the shit that he promised to do in his second term. Because once he gets elected for a second term, there's basically nothing they can do to him. You know, so now he's free to do all the shit he promised to do and the shit that they were worried he wasn't going to do. You know,
I wouldn't
the
go as
shit
far
that
as
would
free,
benefit
but
us. You know,
Yeah, he's definitely not
Well,
free
you know,
because
like,
they can
well,
always
you
get
know,
his kids. Well, no. I mean, I'm just saying, like, frankly, that's just not accurate because they can always get his kids.
Yeah.
And I'm sure, yes, they're probably not guilty of whatever they would indict them on. But yes, they can always get his kids on something.
Yeah.
And
James Field proved
alluded
that
to
you don't have
earlier-
to be guilty of anything to get indicted.
Yeah.
Right, and I think it was you,
Yeah, but he can pardon
Jacob,
them,
that
can't he?
alluded to it earlier. They could always blow his brains out.
Yeah.
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 They could always
They
kill
can
him.
JFK him, yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what
You
it
got
Yeah, Johnny, he could pardon him, and honestly, at this point, I think he should. You know, there's no argument against it, unless he like literally can't.
Yeah.
But
It's-
I'm not sure how that works. to be
I
totally
do I do think that if he is going to be effective at all, it will be in the more in the second term than the first. But that's also it depends on how crazy shit gets, what the response to it is. Because honestly, if they left him alone, he wouldn't be effective. He'd do some things. Maybe he'd build a wall. Maybe he'd change some immigration things, but he will be more effective in mobilizing the American people, which is what really matters, if he's being attacked all the time.
Yeah.
And once again, it's probably more likely to happen with him in power, depending on what the response is, right? But
yeah, well, the other side is definitely more likely to start it, so you're probably right about that.
Yeah.
Well, they will as soon as they, start seeing the tide change. They're gonna go out and loot, and it's gonna turn.
Yeah, I mean, their officials are already fucking telling people to. So
we covered this yesterday that Georgia. That's why they didn't do a special session and shit because of it. Basically, they were admitting that there's fraud, but they're too afraid of the riots and
You're
shit.
responsible for them burning down Georgia, yeah.
Yeah. Well, just Atlanta, which.
Atlanta.
Only Atlanta. Come on.
Yeah.
Well,
I've never been. Maybe it's
what
a
I
beautiful
want to say,
city.
because you brought up the idea that they could give him the JFK haircut, but I feel like there's ways to kind of help prevent that. Like, obviously, like, you can't just go out and golf anymore now that you're doing this shit. You can't just go out and campaign all the time now that you're doing this shit. Like, you can very rarely leave the White House, and now, like, his Secret Service agents, he's going to have to make it, or a loyalist is going to have to make it now, new regulations now that the Secret Service agents that are guarding him 24/7, like the really close ones, they're going to have to be the most loyal sons of bitches on the face of the earth to make sure that, he's protected from anything else. Oh, what did we least expect? Oh, a Secret Service agent shot him in the back of the head.
You got to have the Praetorian Guard on your
make
side.
sure, like, there's an extreme vetting process to prevent that. Yeah.
But there's interesting, weird little things that have been going on that kind of maybe it doesn't mean anything, but it's simple little shit like, we're out of the blue, we're renovating the wall around the White House, and we're bringing back firing squads. Like, what the fuck is with this shit? Like, it almost sounds like he's
sending a message,
he's sending a message that he's not going anywhere and he's preparing for war, but at the same time, it's kind of like, it's hard to know. It's hard to know.
Yeah, or he could
Did
just
you
want
guys,
to appear that he's sending that message, to placate the plane trusters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get. Yeah.
Did you guys cover the Chinese army in Canada?
Oh, fuck, dude.
Well, this is
we touched on it lightly.
No, we didn't even. I didn't even really get to that yet.
My country is so fucked.
Like, how? Yeah, I'm Canadian too, but just a quick U.S. question because you guys were on Obama and Trump. Like, I wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention with Obama, obviously, because Trump's a little more exciting to watch. But how involved was China and the U.S. during Obama in comparison to Trump era?
Well, it wasn't as obvious.
It wasn't as obvious because they didn't talk. It wasn't talked about as much.
Yeah,
but they were sending everything to China then. And,
there were big distractions with Russia during that time too, right? And the Ukraine and all that.
Towards the end of it. Towards the end of it.
Yeah. But that's
As far as China goes, actually, a lot of the shit that came to the surface during the Trump was him trying to undo what Obama had done.
Yep.
And Bush and the Bushes and Clinton and But it was trying to undo. I think it started with Clinton really, but Bush didn't slow it down at all.
I was kind of memeing. I was kind of memeing when I was talking about how we should get rid of NATO and then form a military and economic alliance with Russia instead of China. But I think realistically, I think that's something Trump should actually shoot to do. Is he should actually try to actually create a military alliance with the Russian Federation, because if we did that, imagine how quickly China would immediately submit to us.
Oh, it's game
Because
over.
now we have the country with the most nuclear weapons and the second largest military in the world, second largest, most powerful military in the world on our side now. You know,
And-
they'd probably pull out of Canada right away, and they'd just fuck right off.
And you'd have a better economic possibilities with Russia. Because what's Russia going to want? Your manufactured goods.
Yep.
Russia can't manufacture shit enough to mass infiltrate your market in the United States.
So what is I'm coming across something that looks pretty interesting here. There's some shit going on with the. Oh, this is old.
And was I going to cut out a bit early tonight, guys?
All right, bub.
Sorry for dipping out there.
All right, bro.
But, you guys have a good
Take
night.
care, Raid.
Great show. Great talking to you guys.
I'll carry the torch. Don't worry.
Always.
All right, good.
All right, never mind. That was a false alarm. Anyway.
Hi, bro.
Good night.
Later, bro.
Not Jared. Hey, just for some laughs here, real quick.
What were you? Walrus. What were you talking about? What were you talking about, Walrus?
Because, I mean, well, that's why I looked into it, and there's nothing to fucking even talk about. Because,
Okay.
it's like it's some Q shit, probably.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Is it the 517 thing from today?
No, it had to do with the 82nd Airborne. They were like, a storm is upon us, and then someone was like, oh, it's happening, and it was like the double storm bullshit. And so I look it up, and that was like from a year and a half ago, a fucking exercise they were doing called Double Storm, you know.
Yeah.
But the screenshots were all like 1 hour, 7 hours, so they've been sitting on the screenshots for a while, which makes me. Because that happens a lot with this Q shit. And puts a lot of things in serious doubt to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So people will see that and be like, oh my God, da 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 da. You know? And of course they're posting screenshots instead of links to it. You know what I mean? So that's another one.
Yeah.
Hey, just for some quick laughs here, I think Twitter unintentionally kind of owned themselves. They got a little sidebar event for the trending events thing. It says journalists and fact checkers are pointing out that Richard Nixon won Ohio and Florida in the 1960 election, but lost the presidency.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. That's hilarious.
Well, guys, the fact checkers said that, implying, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, well, the fact checker said it. You know, Snopes said it. It has to be true.
Yeah, everybody knows that JFK won that election totally fairly. So, ergo, Trump BTFO.
Yep.
But then again, JFK was clearly a good president because the deep state killed him.
Oh,
Yeah, he did a lot fucking
I think JFK was the last good Democrat.
He pissed people off, but to go as far
I'd say
as
JFK was the last good Democrat we had.
I mean,
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I agree with it too.
Frankly, actually, I will say.
Remember, he kept
really
us out. He kept us out of Vietnam. He did. I know, but he kept us out of Vietnam. He used military. He used a show of force against Cuba, but he wanted to stay out of Cuba at all fucking costs. He genuinely cared about America's interests.
He was anti-central banking too, right?
No.
Yeah. Yep.
No, that's a false.
But guess
narrative.
what? Yeah, I think Lyndon B. Johnson had him killed.
Probably, but
Look at what happened.
I wouldn't go so because everybody always wants to like boil everything down to good and bad, but it's never that simple. You know.
He also didn't keep us out of Vietnam too. That's kind of a myth. I mean, LBJ really got us into Vietnam, but Kennedy didn't do anything to bring us down from where we had been under
Well,
Eisenhower.
okay, sending advisors is one. Show me. Okay, sending people over to South Vietnam to train those guys how to fight. That's one thing. All right, is that military? Okay, military presence. God forbid. It's not an actual war. We're just trying to teach them how to fight so that we can leave and they can take care of themselves. All right, and the Vietnam War had already been going on since 1958. So you got to remember. And then Lyndon B. Johnson gets in, and immediately, oh, the Gulf of Tonkin. Oh, geez, that's totally their fault. It wasn't a total. This wasn't really literally a precursor to what we're going to do on September 11th, 2001. It's like just creating a false flag situation, and so we could have quote unquote justification to go into Vietnam. Fighting a country that literally has no capability of hurting Americans on American soil.
Didn't Kennedy affect regime change in South Vietnam? What was that guy's name?
No.
Diem. Didn't he help out the people that took out Diem? Now, from what I recall, Diem was a piece of shit. I mean, frankly, even the leaders of South Korea were pieces of shit too. The leaders of South Vietnam were pieces of shit. But whatever.
Well, I'm going to ask you a question. The idea, I think America has been involved in a lot of regime change over our existence. I'm going to ask you a question. How much of that is actually bad? Was actually a bad thing? Taking out a communist leader to put in a democratic leader, that might be a good thing. It might be a bad thing. But let's say the Banana Republic under Eisenhower, that was bad. That was bad. That's the kind of shit we're seeing. That's the kind of shit we saw in Venezuela. It's the kind of shit we're seeing right now in our own country. Is a Banana Republic, pretty much. But what I mean was when what we did with Iran in the 50s. What we did with Iran in the 50s is we got rid of, we put in a freedom-loving, what was the guy's name? I don't know what they fucking call the president over there.
But Mossadegh.
We put in a guy and women. Yeah, but we put in a guy that we liked, and all of a sudden, women could dress the way they wanted. People could drive the fucking cars they wanted to drive. People could live the way they fucking wanted to live.
Though.
And
we took Mossadegh.
No, it wasn't. But and all of a sudden.
And we replaced him
you got to remember, the ends justified.
And the Shah was repressive.
That's the Shah. That guy. Who the fuck am I thinking of? God damn it!
We took out Mohammed. We took out Mohammed Mossadegh, who was the fully elected president or prime minister or whatever of Iran, and we basically replaced him with the Shah. And the Shah had a secret police called SAVAK. SAVAK. Right. It was like an acronym, some shit. And the Shah was pretty repressive.
Well, what kind of shit did they enforce?
Now, well, the thing is, it's not like Iran was a theocracy before under Mossadegh either. The reason that we took out Mossadegh was because he wanted to nationalize the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company, I believe is what it was called. It was it was basically, from what I recall, it was the successor to BP.
Going back to the you were
but just to answer your question, just real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, just to answer your question real quick about Vietnam, what I think is that it was dumb to intervene at all because the underlying theory, the domino effect, was clearly not true. Because we know that because we lost the Vietnam War at the end. Vietnam became a communist country. And it's not like Australia eventually fell to the Vietnamese. I think what we should have done to the Vietnamese is recognize that war was fundamentally a nationalist war. That even if the Vietnamese wanted to organize themselves under the principles of Marxist-Leninism or Ho Chi Minh-ism, that would have been fine so long as they had maintained their ties to us as strategic partners, which at the end of the day, and this is the shitty thing, they did. Vietnam was a great enemy to China. After the Vietnam War, they really didn't get along that well.
I will say that. although they were communists, they wanted to be their own separate communist kind of thing. They did not. They fucked with the Soviet Union. They teased them. They fucking tickled their taint and got them to give them a bunch of equipment. And as soon as we left, they said, "Fuck you." So I will give them credit for that. Although they are communists, they did a lot better. I'm not going to say economically totally, but like there's a reason they're still around, and there's a reason their government still works the way it does, because they gave enough of a shit about their people to do for that, so that people didn't just give up and overthrow the government like you saw in the Soviet, or they didn't have economic collapse.
But I'm going to back up a little bit,
which,
before we go too far away from it, because you were talking about how great fucking Kennedy was.
Okay.
But he wasn't. He was, from what I understand, the communists, especially the Soviets, had a lot of blackmail information on him because he was easily blackmailed. And
because he was sticking his cock in everything that was wet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much how that works.
Pretty much how that
based.
works. So, and that mattered in fucking, it's so based to be fucking blackmailed by the commies. You know what I mean?
So based to cheat on your wife.
No, I'm saying it's based to be the kind of guy who could fuck any woman he wants. His wife had a fucking butterface. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think they were just women, buddy.
I'm just joking.
There's some sketchy photos of him with his buddy that he had in the White House, and they were best friends growing up. And oh my god, it was like his gay life partner.
Yeah, no, there was definitely a lot of that. And so anyway, the commies had a bunch of fucking blackmail type information on him. So, all those things you say good, that were quote unquote good, could be explained just as much by the commies. Were like, you better not do that. You know what I mean? And obviously the people that took him out weren't good either. I'm not saying that they were on the good side either. You know what I mean? What I'm saying is, you can't boil everything down to, which ones are the good guys and which ones are the bad guys. That's not the way the world works.
And just to ask a quick question here, just a quick question to everybody in the chat, because are we all generally kind of on the same page that Kennedy was taken out by Jews, specifically Jews backed by Israel? Or do we differ on that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's kind of.
I mean, I think the Jews. I think the Jews had a heavy thing to do with it, but I also think so did Johnson and the DNC. I think majority of that they saw that because look at Kennedy. Kennedy was pro-gun. As soon as Kennedy's out, Lyndon B. Johnson, 1968. We get the 1968 Gun Control Act, which specifically targeted basketball Americans, which. Say what you will about him. I think when it comes to fundamental constitutional rights, you can't just fucking violate somebody's constitutional rights because they're fucking black, brown, or fucking purple. I don't give a shit.
Well,
you look at that's when all that shit started happening.
I have to disagree with you there because the Constitution was written specifically for white men and who act a certain way.
Yeah.
And it was never supposed to be applied to other groups. And the fact that we have done that. And also going back to the LBJ, even before the gun thing in 1965, there was the fucking Immigration Act in 1965 that opened the border to the Mexicans.
Yeah.
So that was a huge thing too.
When did the Welfare Act come across?
65.
65 as well, yeah.
Yeah. Jacob, who do you think killed me? Just real quick.
A lot of people.
Okay.
Definitely the Jews in Israel have played a huge role in it. Probably the biggest. I don't know. Where do you draw the lines between them? Because, the mafia played a big role, but then was
the mafia was Jewish.
Yeah.
Meyer Lansky.
That's why I say so. There's not really any difference there. Oh, the CIA played a role, but
who knows how Jewish they were, really? You know.
Yeah, exactly.
But like, I guess just sort of quick theory on real politics, because I think in order to be a good president, you not only have to have good ideas and good thoughts and good principles, you have to be able to affect those principles well. So I think, in my opinion, yeah, Kennedy was taken out by the Jews, and Kennedy did 3 things, and that were, 3 strikes you're out, or 3 strikes you got a bullet in your head. He favored the Palestinian right of return to Israel. He wanted to register the American Zionist Committee, which was like the successor to AIPAC, as a foreign lobbyist organization. And I think this was the most important one. Okay. He wanted to stop the nuclear developments of Israel at the Dimona project in the Negev desert. And so all good things, but I'm going to be accused here probably maybe of cucking or simping for the Israelis. But what if he had only focused on like 1 or 2 of those things instead of going all 3? He might have actually lived and had been able to get one of those done. Like what if Kennedy did the kind of least consequential one of those, which was, in my opinion, registering the American Zionist Committee as a foreign lobbyist organization? What would that have done to American politics within the next 40 years, 40, 50 years? Like how much better of a position
it's really interesting because it's really interesting because like I think we probably would have been in a good one, but like if you ask any like leftist or like modern Democrat, right, like for some reason, even though it's not actually taught, but for some reason they all have the same opinion that like, well, if Kennedy had say not been assassinated, well, he would, like they always say like, well, he would have got us into World War III. You would have seen the Russians dropping that massive 57 megaton bomb directly on Manhattan, like they planned to do with it originally, and then he would have died in a prison cell because he would have been, found on some bullshit criminal charges. And it's just like, it's always the fucking thing they say. It's either like we would have gotten into Vietnam, but he would have nuked Vietnam instead. He would have nuked Cambodia and Vietnam, and it's just all like this bullshit. And it's just like, this is like it's like a mainstream media thing. Whether you read like a good book that's like, I know it's Stephen King. Stephen King can write he wrote a few good books. He wrote a few good ones, but
he's insanely popular.
2263, which I read when I was in high school, and I liked it. But like in that book, it talks about like, because the guy goes out and prevents Kennedy from being assassinated. Oh, he nuked Vietnam, and then this happened. But then he ended up dying in an earthquake in Los Angeles. Anyway, so it's like death is inevitable, and the Grim Reaper will kill you if he wants to.
Stupid.
But like.
Yeah, I got it.
And I was watching one video on YouTube, like the infographics. If he hadn't been assassinated, talks about, he would have started World War III. There's such a hatred for him, and that's why I say, yes, he's not perfect. Yes, he had his problems, but in terms of being a Democrat, he was the last good Democrat president we had, and who genuinely, to a degree, at the very least, to a degree, cared about the American people and cared about our country. I mean, for God's sake, he's the last president we've had who genuinely fought in a war. It's not like John Kerry, who made up a fucking story about earning Purple Hearts because I pulled my buddies out of the oil-soaked water and this and that, and then they come out and say, no, that's fucking bullshit, and then, oh no, they said that to get Bush elected, and then they came out and apologized for lying. No, they didn't fucking lie. John Kerry made that shit up. Because genuinely, guys who are actually in combat in this shit don't fucking participate in this deep state crap. That's why I think Dan Crenshaw is making up half the shit he says about his service. He never fucking fired a gun in the line of duty ever. Never probably fucking did.
To be fair, I do believe that Ford and H.W. Bush also saw combat, but that's minor digression.
Yeah, I heard Buttigieg. Booty Judge was the same thing. Like he's a CIA guy. Said he was in the army, but they made up. I heard they made up all his background.
Yeah.
Oh, he said he never left the wire.
He never
without,
saw
like-
combat. He saw cum butt. He had
Oh,
cum in his
Jesus.
butt. I think you misheard combat for cum in his butt. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Because he's gay. You get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that.
That one on the fly. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I got that. Cum in his butt. Oh, he's gay. Got it. Yeah.
Get it?
It wasn't exactly subtle, but I did laugh.
You get it, guys?
And to be fair, also, I can't believe I'm saying something positive about it, especially since his crash was probably his fault for flying too fucking low. But McCain also saw combat, so.
Yeah.
I mean, and McCain, well, just I guess it's a counterpoint
yeah,
because
but
McCain was a piece of
well, yeah,
shit.
he did. But see,
So-
McCain also killed. I think McCain killed like 400 some odd sailors
Right.
when he fucking was
yeah.
fiddle when he was fiddle fucking around with the
forest
controls
stall.
in his aircraft and blew a fucking hole in the side of the forest stall. Yeah.
Let's start.
My dad fucking talks about that all the time because
Yep.
they made a training video out of that, how to put out fires on a ship. That motherfucker.
Yeah, and he didn't even help fight the fire. What a prick. He ran
What
to
an
the
asshole.
Yeah, they train everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. They how to foot. Oh, it's John McCain. He sucks my fucking dick.
Yeah, fuck them.
Burn in fucking hell.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's doing a Joey Diaz impression. Hey, suck this fucking dick.
I was doing more of a Andrew Dice Clay. Like, John McCain.
Hey,
Yeah, fucked him.
He's probably burning in fucking hell. Sticking the devil's dick up his ass. So. Hickory dickory dock, he's sucking the devil's cock.
Ooh.
Hey, fuck John McCain. All my homies say John McCain.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Damn, there was still some more shit we didn't get to today. Let me see. I'm running low on time now, but I did have some more shit bookmarked. Oh, there was a Trudeau invited Chinese troops to train in Canada. We kind of covered that.
God damn it, Air Raid.
Oh, this is huge. Damn it.
So is that official now? Is it?
We'll probably have to talk about this tomorrow because this is fucking huge. Vatican enters into a global alliance with Rothschild, Rockefeller, and Ford Foundation, MasterCard, Bank of America, and others through the new Council for Inclusive Capitalism to create a more inclusive, sustainable, and trusted economic system. So, I was actually watching something about this a little earlier, and I don't remember what they said. But like the inclusive part, yeah, they have a. It's they're talking. You know, when they say something like that, they actually mean something very specific, but they don't tell you exactly what they mean by it. And there is a website here for this Coalition for Inclusive Capitalism.
It's called communism.
Yeah, it's communism.
Yeah. Inclusive.
CIC. How would you pronounce that?
You know, when they say, "Oh, we need more equitable distribution," it's not giving from the rich and giving to the poor. It's making sure the middle class doesn't exist, basically.
Yeah. They want to starve out all the business.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
more lockdowns, you know?
Yeah. Epic embankment project for inclusive capitalism. Can changing the way we measure value help companies focus on the long term? Let's take a look. Like I said, we might have to go into this tomorrow too, because this is
Yeah, I'm about that.
this is a pretty big subject, and it actually just kind of popped up before the show. I didn't have much time to look into it, so I can look into it more tomorrow probably. I don't know, I have some other stuff I got to do tomorrow too, but.
Like,
Well,
when
this guy's
was
got
the
a
church?
wife. What a loser.
Oh, there was one white pill I wanted to bring out. Oh, yeah. There was one white pill I wanted to bring up for the holidays, or I should say for fucking Christmas, because we celebrate Christmas. Oh, man, Christmas is great. Me and all my fucking homies celebrate Christmas. But
Oh God, what about
fucking,
Hanukkah?
I put a video in the chat last
Hey,
night.
yo, what about Kwanzaa?
God, fuck you. Yeah, fuck Hanukkah. All my homies hate Hanukkah. No, what about, I put a video in the chat last night of that little boy who asked Santa for a Nerf gun, and like a fucking piece of shit, that liberal Santa said no, got fired. But the video I put in is the real Santa coming to that boy's house to give him Nerf guns. And
Oh, yeah.
apparently
Yeah, I
a bunch
saw
of
that.
people have been showing up to that kid's house to give him like shit tons of Nerf stuff, and it's amazing. And I love this country, and I fucking love Christmas. God damn, does it feel great to be a Christian.
Nice. Yeah, this supporters: Ford Foundation, E.L. Rothschild. I don't know who most of these other people are, but I bet if I looked at them, I wouldn't like them very much.
Are they talking about the Ford Motor Company, or
The Ford Foundation.
what is that?
Oh, that's too much to go into right now.
Is it associated with the Ford Motor Company, or no?
It's associated with the Ford family fortune.
Okay.
It,
Yeah, it's probably that whole "you'll own nothing and you'll be happy" plan, you know.
oh, I'm sure it is.
All my homies hate that
most
plan, you know.
definitely.
Let's
They just
let's
keep
watch,
putting a new name on it.
Yeah, let's watch their little video here and see what they have to say. I'm gonna stop it for a second because I already see where this is going. Basically, it's the international corporations trying to be like, oh no, we should have open free markets. What they mean by free markets isn't what we would think of free markets. There's no government involved in the bullshit. What they're saying with free markets would be that they can trade with China and send everything to China if they want to, or we can use fucking third world workers if we want to, and you know what I mean. Oh, and what we're doing, yeah. Oh, we're not fucking, you know.
Yeah, they're already doing that.
Yep. It's anti-populism basically, and nationalism, which comes as no surprise.
Just globalism. That's all it is.
Yeah. I don't think there's any any big words here, I'll go ahead and start it again because it's all reading anyway, so we can talk about it.
Well, hey, gents, I'm going to get off here and go watch Jeopardy soon. So if I don't see you in 30 minutes, have a good night.
All right.
All right. Night, brother.
Night, man.
All right, take it
All
easy.
right, man.
Bye.
I actually have to hop off here too.
Yeah, it's about that time anyway. Like I said, we'll go into this.
We'll hit it tomorrow.
We'll go into this tomorrow because this is, and then I'll be able to like look into it more because this is a big thing, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hadn't even heard of this before you brought it up.
Yeah. You still there, Murray?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Okay, I'm gonna do the shekels here.
Oh.
I don't see many.
Go on, Shekels, yes.
I don't see any. It's like similar to the Great Reset, honestly. It's like the carbon copy.
Probably is.
I mean, it was the Vatican, the Ford Foundation, the Rothschild, fucking, you know what I mean? It's the same people, so yeah. It's just.
They just keep rebranding till something sticks, you know.
Well,
That's exactly what it is.
Well, they got different groups to do it, yeah.
Well, no, they're just bringing all of the Catholics, right?
Yeah, the Vatican joined in now, though. There's the big takeaway from that. But, alright. I'm gonna hit the...
Chesticles.
Alright, I'll hit this button here.
Is somebody looking at titties?
Mm-hmm.
The chest of shekels.
Are you looking at booba
No, I don't
on the
do that.
internet?
The
Chest of
So
shekels.
the chest.
who's
somebody
number one
was
going
saying
to be?
chesticles.
What's number one going to be? Hate joggers or rising rivals? Or rising rival? I think it's going to be one of them.
My guess is
on
gonna
right.
be Hate Joggers.
Hate joggers.
Rising Rival's a strong contender, but I think it's gonna be Hate Joggers. Bam!
Oh shit! Yeah.
I was right. Hate Joggers with 25.1. Rising Rival with 14.8. Oh,
I literally
cool
posted
number.
nothing and I got fucking lemons.
Yeah. Murray with
Rising
11,
Rival doing
Bananapepper with
tickets.
8.9, and
Hate
Jamie with
Joggers.
7.6. So there you
All right,
guys
good
go.
to see you. Have a good night.
All right, later, Murray.
Later, Murray.
Take it easy.
All right, brother.
All right, guys. Good
All
stuff
right,
tonight.
guys. Well,
All right,
I guess
brother.
that's it for tonight. Tomorrow we'll go into that.
Good stuff.
We'll go into this what did they call it? What did they call it? Fucking inclusive capitalism.
Yeah.
Because these are the buzzwords they're gonna try to do. Because it is different than communism in a way, but it's not the capitalism we would think of either.
Yeah.
So it's actually probably more what the communists think capitalism is. But we'll go into that tomorrow.
Cool.
And sorry I wasn't as enthusiastic tonight as I was last night.
That's probably a good thing.
You're apologizing?
It's because your red light's out.
Wow.
All right, guys.
I'm just saying,
Good night.
I was saying a lot
tomorrow.
of good stuff last night, wasn't I?
Huh?
Good night, man. Good night.
Yep.
Good night, brother.
Later, guys.
All right,
Good
good night,
I was
guys.
saying a lot of good stuff last night, right?
Yeah. Nobody
Good
else could get a chance to say anything, but
I was a little drunk too, so.
yeah, it's all good.
Oh, good, brother.
We weren't complaining.
Cool. Yeah.
But all right, guys. I
Take
guess
it easy.
we will see y'all tomorrow. Same friend time, same friend channel. And till then.
Texas won't let me in. I ain't gonna be here long. Not afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, oh Lord. I ain't gonna be here long. But my heart it sure ain't pumping like it used to do. Lord knows I bump my leg and it turns black and blue. Yes, it does. Now they say that it's unhealthy the way that I live. My liver's gone, my lungs are shot, and my heart's about to give. But I ain't gonna let that bother me, no. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna let that bother me, none, oh Lord. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son. I ain't gonna be here long. Not afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, oh Lord. I ain't gonna be here long. Ain't gonna be here long. No, not afraid I'm going. I ain't gonna be here long, oh Lord. So I'm drinking, smoking, gun to rebel son.